virtually every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing.
Me?
Want you to smoke the natural herb.
Sweet.
Some call it marijuana.
Sweet.
Some call it sesame.
Sweet.
Some call it lamb's bread.
The tea.
And some people call it...
Shit. I'm done show. Hey, come on, guys. Get it. 2 guys on 1 button, and you can't make it work.
Yep.
Amazing. Welcome to the Adam Dunn Show. I am your host, Adam Dunn. Dave.
The sound.
Holy shit, that's incredible.
Hang on.
Yeah, you sound brilliant.
Yeah,
Genius.
you sound great.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, man, you sound so good.
What a decor you have.
Yeah.
And we are live early. Another early show because our faithful co-host is still in Amsterdam, that motherfucker. Gallivanting. You notice I put that in there. He's gallivanting all around
Let's get some chocolate.
while we worked hard
Yep.
to bring you the best in cannabis information. No, we have a great show actually lined up. We've got Jayson Vezosa. I always have a hard time with his name, but Jayson Vezosa from Connoisseur Cup here in Colorado. The Colorado Connoisseur Cup, which is coming on next week. And we're going to be down there hanging out with them, doing the show from there. It's going to be another
Doing a little guerrilla podcasting.
Another guerrilla podcast. You should see how happy MTI is knowing he has to take all the equipment, bring it all there, set it all up, bring it all down. So happy.
I'm stoked.
They're like, this is so much easier or better than having it all set up at the studio and not having to do anything.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Way better. So we're going to be doing that next week. He's going to come in and give us an update on all that. Plus, their judge, their celebrity judge just happens to be the guy that we've been trying so fucking hard to get on the show. And I've been trying to come hang out with since 2007. So there we go. 15 years later, we're going to make it happen. Devin the Dude is celebrity judge. So we're going to go hang out with him. He doesn't know it yet, but we're forcing ourselves. I'm like, that's it, dude. I'm getting all 15 years worth of hanging out. on this one thing. You're not going to be able to get rid of me. What else we got?
Check.
People check. Oh no.
Oh,
geez. The show was going so well. The show was going so well.
Very smooth show going.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, check.
Wait a minute. Speaking of smooth show, where the fuck is JLo?
Oh.
She probably forgot it was late or early. Hello.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Hey, I sent the email.
Check.
Whoa. Dude, what are you spitting all of you?
Yeah, you can turn that down.
Turn it down.
Fuck. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
but you're a little overblown out. If you can
can turn
how
down
about now.
That's
perfect.
How about now?
That's
No,
better.
it's better.
Perfect.
It's better.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
it.
Good job, dude.
That's it. Okay,
Welcome.
You can go now. Oh, so give us might as well, since we got an hour to kill before Jayson gets here. So let's get the whole lowdown. I want to hear all the Amsterdam debauchery. I saw Jair just flew back to America, so you're safe now.
Did he really?
Yeah, he just left. Him and Jonah and
check.
Nick Woodward were on their flight.
Check.
That's incredible. Why have I never heard of this?
Are you checking the mic right now? Is that
I'm sorry, I can't hear myself. Hold on a second.
You could try another word.
There we go.
Try any other
Hello.
Bagel. Say bagel. I know you'll start to salivate if you say it.
That sounds great, Dave.
He can't say bagel without just drool coming out of his mouth. Bagel. Speaking of which, you did find the best breakfast ever in Barcelona, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Right across the street from my hotel.
As it always is. And you find on the last day.
Bagel.
Did they have bagels, or they just had other breakfasts?
It was no. I fucking Google. Internet was terrible, but it was all right. It was great. I found it. Didn't matter.
It was 30 feet away from your place. I hope you could find it.
Yeah, good job, dude.
I made it all the way across the street.
Even if you had to do a little exploring.
Right?
Yeah.
I can explore.
Oh.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Dave
I'm
the
sorry.
Explorer.
I'm heartbroken. I thought I was going to be able to broadcast from the plug tonight. I had Ed lined up. He was all excited. I had even Jack, the owner of the place, was going to come on.
Wow.
But it's fucking. I mean, I didn't know that Amsterdam had so many Irish people, but it was fucking packed, like packed with Irish. I mean, people in green, and there was no way they were going to give up a room at the plug for me to sit there and them not sell fucking probably several $1,000s worth of weed.
Yeah, there you go.
So that was that.
You didn't pull out your. You didn't pull out all of your. Oh well, actually, if you dressed up properly, they would have let you.
Yeah, with your suit, they
Yeah.
would let you all in there.
If you had the
I
right
showed
clothes
it to
on.
Jack. I showed him the little the Instagram post, and he wasn't. It's just business, man. It's just business, mate.
You got the video that I sent you yesterday, him moonlighting. MTI.
Who?
No. Yeah.
We already know your scam. We already know what you're doing.
We already know you're scammed.
We
dude.
know you've been on
Tell
other
me.
shows. We know you've been on other shows. You've been out there promoting yourself, not us.
I have been on another show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have.
you want
Yeah.
to see?
You wanna
I got
see
the
it?
footage right here.
Here it
because
is,
you
live.
Thought, you thought we weren't. You thought we weren't going to see you.
A wonderful holiday. St. Patrick's Day, huh?
I didn't know you played the drums.
This would never
Wonderful
get out.
holiday. St.
Yes, we knew it. We knew it. What's that?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Trips, COVID. Damn.
Verde would be better.
Man, I saw the word COVID.
Yep, my
There
bad.
you were, Dave. We saw you. We saw you.
My number is.
If you dressed up like that, it would have helped. You could have got in. You could have had the whole area. Come
You're
on.
probably right.
And you know what though? Actually, we actually really don't even need you here though today because Nick made a virtual Dave. He built you from the ground up. He asked me this morning. He's like, Dave's not there. I can build a AI virtual Dave, and I was like, oh, And he's like, just give me some prompts. I can't tell you the prompts because you'll be really sad if I tell you the prompts. Because he's like, you have to describe Dave, and I was like, God. You don't think I don't think Dave wants to hear my description. But here, want to see what you look like? This is what the virtual you looks like. Got it?
Did you send it? No, you
I
didn't.
did send it.
Did you?
I thought I sent it.
No.
No? All right.
You just showed it to me.
Oh, I'm going to send it to you right
Yes.
now.
Okay.
I'll send it to you right now.
Okay, please.
Here it comes.
I can't wait.
Oh, my gosh.
I just can't wait.
Hold on. I'm sending it to you, just to you personally, not to the show, because I don't want Dave to
Oh.
see. Is
So
that
email then?
possible? Oh, email's better?
Oh wait, no. You're doing WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
WhatsApp.
I got you.
What's up? So, yeah, virtual Dave coming on live.
Yep. Or here we go.
Wait till he's back.
Wait till he's back. Oh.
Or just put him on. Yeah, he's not here, so fuck him. Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck that guy. He's fired. Put on the virtual Dave. Yeah, virtual Dave. Hey, I'm Dave. Virtual Dave is here.
Hey, virtual Dave's here. We don't
Wow,
even need him
We don't need you anymore, Dave.
with
We've-
your
we've
weird
got-
lighting and
We've got the virtual
strange
Dave.
background.
Here he is. Hey, Dave, how's Amsterdam been? Nothing.
He looks like a mix. He looks like a mix between that guy that you send looks like me and sings those songs.
Yeah.
And Dave.
There you go. What do you think, Dave? You like that? You like your virtual view?
I mean, it's way off. So
I thought it was pretty
one
on
day
point.
you'll have
I
to
thought it was pretty
share.
good.
I was pretty impressed. I was like, they got it pretty well dialed in. They got all the details.
I hate you both.
No, so JLo, have we talked to JLo yet?
I haven't. I mean,
Fuck that girl. She forgot that we were doing a show today. She still got COVID. What are you doing? Frozen face?
I've been ghosted.
Uh-oh, Dave's frozen.
Your show?
You're frozen.
yep, he's frozen.
No, he's moving, sort of.
Oh, now he's back.
I'm back.
So give us a lowdown. So you couldn't go to there, but what could you do? I tried to reach out to Al over at Katsu. I thought maybe I can get you up into the office there, but he didn't answer. So
I tried the greenhouse. That wasn't going to work. Their internet sucks. I tried Steve's place, but you know how he is about his place. He wasn't having that.
really,
Then it's like 1970 in there. I tried the Cannabis College.
there
But-
you were trying. I can tell.
I couldn't get in there.
Jesus.
Then I could have got into one of the museums, but it would have been jumping onto someone else's Wi-Fi signal.
Which
And
museums you're talking about? The Hash Museum?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say
They-
because
they
I don't
don't
think a
turn
normal
Wi-Fi
museum
on.
would have been really smart to go to. And I'm
No,
gonna take
I
this
mean-
corner over here and start blazing. Vinny's out of
What is
focus.
Vinny showing?
Some GMO, not in focus. He can't make it work. Come on, you got to do. Yeah, no.
Your hand behind it. There
Forget
you go.
about it. Nah, forget about it.
Oh, jeez.
We do
It's
need
the,
to, as a
promo.
show
I
in
know,
general,
but I'm doing something else right now.
It's cool.
What you need? What you got, Dave?
we need to figure out what this bullshit is that they refer to as a shadow ban on social media, because it's crazy. I shot a video with Jonah Tacoma from DabStars. So that's the project that he and Jair are working on.
And I did not find them on Instagram anywhere.
Yeah, you can't. Right. You have to type out DabStars 2.0 all the way. Just like you have to type out Adam Dunn Show all the way. If any character is not there, you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to type out Ed Rosenthal 420, or it gives you his impersonators.
I know, isn't that crazy?
So Instagram.
oh,
what
look
the
at how
fuck?
good that looks. It's so perfect. Just keep talking. Just keep talking, Dave.
Does its mouth move?
Now it does. Yeah.
Wait, what?
What? We don't need mouths. It's totally overrated. But yeah, shadow banning is real. It's a real thing in the canna world, that's for sure.
We need to figure this bullshit out, man. It's quite fucked up.
Well, then we should start petitioning Instagram to let us talk about weed.
Here's the thing. DabStars, and you can look them up because I don't have access to my phone at the moment, is they have like 2 million Instagram followers. We filmed a video where it was so amazing. The dip devices guys, you know, that little handheld thing that Steve likes to use?
Yeah,
The
little
dipper.
dip devices,
the dipper.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, they call it dip devices. That's what they like to use. That's their brand name, right?
Oh, okay, devices.
So they brought Steve some of these things. I brought him the wrong gizmo. He wanted the part that you put your mouth on. I brought him the element. Okay? So we're sitting there talking. We shoot this video. I tag Dip Devices, DabStars 2.0, and Yo Products because it was just one of these things. They didn't have a tip for their dip.
Whoa, look at you. What are you, a marketing genius now? I didn't have a tip for the dip. And then I said, whoa, let me just whip out my little tip. And
The
dip it on
Yo
your dip.
Tips fits perfectly in a dip device.
Nice.
And the collab was born right there. So
saw
we
it.
shot a little video, put it up. It's been, man, here, granted, I know I have no internet presence, okay? I have like 1,700 followers on Instagram, nothing compared to 2 million. And yet the video's been viewed 290 times in 24 hours. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, I'm shadow banned too.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah, all my vinyl things only get like 2 views.
Damn.
And it's Dave usually.
But I'm one of them.
I know.
That's sad.
I'm always the first one. I always make sure, like on Instagram. Twitter is the best because both Mark and I have nobody ever retweets anything we do.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody ever likes anything we say on Twitter, except for each of us to each other's posts.
Yep.
So we're
It's like
definitely
high-fiving
bad.
yourself, basically.
Totally.
Yeah, except you.
Except it's.
I will
guy.
give you
Him.
It's
good
a-
news.
Who's him?
Adam.
Who's him? Me?
Adam,
Oh,
Vinny,
nice.
and Mark,
Oh.
and JLo.
Oh,
The let's just say the DabX guys love us. Okay,
Oh,
and we
okay.
love them.
They
I
should.
mean, I think it's a fucking amazing product, and I wasn't shy about letting anybody know. There were only 4 DabXs in all of Spain. I could have bought one in Amsterdam the day before, but they told me they had 200 coming. But
Yeah.
for some reason, they didn't get marked as aromatherapy devices, and they got held up in customs. But
That totally
you guys
makes
will
sense.
have
That's
have some DabX goes in a couple of weeks.
that's a classic trade show thing, though. So many times I've been where people have been like at the trade show, sitting in their empty booth, and you're like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, dude, yeah, all our shit's sitting in customs." It's like, it is the fucking worst, dude. That's like what do you do? Did they have a booth there, or they were just planning on handing them out via somebody else? They were at Sativa's booth, right? Pure Sativa.
No, they were at I think it was Grounded Genetics.
Okay.
A Grounded. Shit. I'm spacing.
Come on, Mom. What are you doing?
I got mega fog. I got my first cold in nearly 3 years, I think. Although I did get the sniffles a few weeks ago in Denver.
Don't you come back here with that.
That's right.
Heck?
You stay there.
We're nice and quarantined over
Yeah,
here.
we're all healthy. Healthy individuals.
No, and he got. What the fuck happened?
I went mental on account of the chocolates.
Okay.
What's that with the sound?
He dumped.
He stopped.
What?
Whatever.
Oh, my God. Well.
His batteries are already
Is
out.
that the extent of my batteries are already going out?
That's it? Was
That's
that a fresh?
really pretty shitty.
That doesn't make
That's
sense.
the case.
That doesn't make
These are
sense.
shitty batteries.
Oh, yeah, they are.
You know
Am
what?
I out already?
Are they even metal? Are they even made out of metal?
Did you guys hear what Biden was smoking on? I'll play that for Patreon.
Nice.
Da-da-da-da.
There you go.
You know me.
So, so how's the weather been? How's your trip so far? Amsterdam style. Has it been-
Well, I might not have bought enough batteries. I have 40. Now I have 38. How
you'll
long
be-
have we been on, Vinny?
like 8 minutes or something like that. You didn't even.
Oh, I'm fucked.
16 minutes.
Wow.
See what I get? I followed Steve's lead and I went and bought budget batteries where he told me to go.
Of course you did. Because everybody knows budget batteries are great when you're on the air. Like that's what you want.
Yeah, totally.
Save a buck, lose a show. Okay, I'm reaching out to JLo, see where the fuck she's at.
I did too.
That girl.
Mic
So-
work? Yeah, this mic works. Okay.
I got word that the Dunn deal's back on. It was off for a minute there at Build a Soil. So I just got the word.
Uh-oh.
I got Jeremy hit me up this morning. He said he's hooking it all up proper this time because we're not going to run into that same issue anymore. So if you have been trying to order from Build a Soil, soon come you will be able to get the Dunn deal again. Make it all worth it.
Not a big drug guy.
Sweet.
Never want to unlock the doors to perception. This, my friend, is the key.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh man, I read some crazy article about how the hippie culture was like all like side by some like military installation shit, and like Jim Morrison's dad was like a admiral in the Navy.
That's
and
true.
Fucking, yeah, and then like
No, he was probably MK Ultra. I bet.
totally like
Jim
I mean
Morrison,
all
or-
those guys
Like I'm sure his dad was fucking just getting him dosed or something.
there was one guy, I forgot what band he was from. I think he was in the Crosby, Stills and Nash or something like that. But like, his dad was in the military too, and then like two of his most popular songs, one of them was called Bluebird, and that was actually like the name of MK Ultra at the beginning of it and shit. Like,
Interesting.
yeah. So like, it's a pretty good article. I'll have to send it to you guys, but
That sounds awesome. What,
Yeah.
what was it in? Published?
Interesting.
I don't remember.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
The details.
I know, dude.
Important details.
I'll find it. I'll send it to you
Just
guys.
type in Jim
It's funny how
Morrison,
right now
Ultra.
MK Ultra is hot again. It's fucking hot. It's back.
Yeah, huh?
Good time. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's even like Stranger Things. That's all basically MK Ultra. That's the same thing, you know. Because Nick's all into that now again. Like,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going back to the beginning and watching it all over. And I'm watching it like with him, and I'm like, this is literally MK Ultra. This is exactly what they were doing, you know. Deprivation tanks and acid, lots of acid.
Hell yeah. Chat is asking, what is that little device you're using there, Adam?
This is the
DabX.
DabX Rocket.
DabX Rocket. It's got removable battery that clicks on the side. Boom, boom, boom.
Soon available here in Denver.
Adam, how do you get a DabX Rocket?
Oh, you go to DabX and you use Done Deal at the fucking checkout, obviously.
That's right.
You go to dabx.com, enter
right.
Done Deal at checkout. You get 20% off any product they have there, and they have a whole bunch of new shit now. So they have these trays, the cleaning kits. They upgraded the handles, so it's not going to be the 1.0 handles that we got.
Oh, no. It's when you pull them out, you mean?
Yeah, yep. You won't. It doesn't break off anymore.
They've listened. They've listened.
You know, but
And funny, those were like the tiniest little problems, and those were
Right,
like it was like,
exactly.
oh, the thing when you open it up. But then they already addressed it, and that's the cool thing about DabX in general is the guy who makes them. He's always thinking. He's always dabbing, and he's always thinking. So he's one of those guys. If he does 70 dabs a day, and he thinks about it while he's doing it, and he's like, wait a minute, how can I make this dab better? You know.
Right.
So he's there literally trying to figure it out. It's kind of how we all do, right? Every time you do dab or smoke a joint or do
it's the only product you
It's
can
about
say
efficiency.
it's over-engineered, and it's a good thing. You know, it's not over-engineered bad. It's over-engineered great.
Yeah, like
Just the whole way it drains.
Yeah, like the carb on both of them is awesome. Like this one has a little, because it has a push. It's a push button carburetor, so you're not like covering a hole and just like letting the air through. You actually push the button in, so it's mechanical, but it's fucking on point. It just the way it delivers makes huge difference.
DabX.com, done deal.
Done deal.
And I did have a little I had a funny moment at the airport.
They pulled out your fleshlight and they were like, "Sir,
Yes,
sir, what have you got
exactly.
going on here?" And you're like, "That's my CPAP. Leave it
It's my
alone.
portable.
Don't touch that." Now, what happened? Tell us what happened.
You know, this is one of those moments where I am hearing myself say, "Dave, you should probably not tell the story." But I'm
It's gonna be a
going to
good one.
anyway.
Turn it up, everybody.
So I'm walking in the airport, and you know, there's 3 guys walking, obviously coming from Spannabus. I'm going one way, they're going the other, and make eye contact, and the guy just goes, "Oh man, I recognize you," and I said, "Oh, I'm on the Adam Dunn show." He says, "Oh, cool, man. Love watching you. Love the show, man. Great. We're chatting. We're having a good time." And I have no idea who they're with until I hear the Carta guy come over, our friend, and he sees me, and he's like not too happy with me for a second.
Really?
And, you know, well, come on.
Okay.
You know, we kind of just we had them as a sponsor for 6 months.
Yeah.
I had no problem with the product.
Yeah.
We had a little snafu in Vegas.
Right.
You know, someone else stepped up to the plate for us.
That's
and
true. Wonder who
DabX has been with us ever since. You know,
all
there's no
about
hard
that.
feelings. It's not like I tell JLo to put her Carta away during the show. Mark dabs off of it all show.
I use my Carta daily, like a million times a day.
A million.
Million.
I think you're lying, and there's a number on the side of it. And if I look at it, I'll find out you've only got like
768.
That is nothing.
Can he take his
Girly,
rig? Take his rig.
I did
768.
Dude, I do that on a weekend.
I'm
What are you
not
talking
accept-
about?
Yeah, you should be embarrassed.
You should be right now. You should be fully embarrassed.
It's because
and
I'm
give him
working all the other hours of the
Give-
day. You know, I don't have
a-
time
Give
to
that
dab.
back. Give
Yeah.
that back. You're obviously not using it enough.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a ding.
Dabbing is another job for me. I feel.
15?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You're gonna have more jobs than JLo has restraining orders if you keep this bid up.
I like this guy's job.
Oh, you're such a fuck. So you know who I chatted with briefly was Evan Luthra, who is in
nice.
Dubai speaking with I think he's in Tanzania now. He spoke with our buddy Rand, and he was telling me that there is a new AI based something that's going to be released soon that is like 4,000 times more powerful than ChatGPT.
It's gonna.
And that the whole fake thing,
Yeah.
and they can launch it actually. Ready? I wish we had a camera on everyone right now as they're listening right now when they hear me say this, but they're thinking of releasing it to all old archived text messages to find out who's been, doing what over the years.
Oh.
And so if you've ever had a text message with anything on it, just be prepared, man. They're gonna release this shit. It's just
Look for shady shit.
We
Your
thought
job.
that like we were older and we missed out on doing really, really stupid shit when we were young on social media and having it come back to bite us. We were wrong.
It's coming.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. Oh, that's awesome. I remember
Vinny,
time.
I did get you some chocolate. by
I
the way.
remember thinking
Sweet,
back in the
thanks.
day, like way back in the day,
For
I
sure.
I was like, man, if anybody ever got this phone, like this shit is, whoa. You don't even want to know what's on this phone right here.
Yeah.
This phone,
It's
whoa.
been some places.
This phone has done some things.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. Well, there you go. Story of
It's a coming.
it's coming.
It's a coming. And again, I just want to shout out to everybody at Requiem Seeds. They were so nice to me. And really, when it got overwhelming on Saturday, we'll probably hear a lot of stories about this as we speak to more people about Spannabis, but they had a little issue with ticketing on Saturday. And I think they sold all the tickets for the entire weekend were like Saturday tickets.
Oh,
And there were so many people there on Saturday, it got crazy. And Jonah got kicked out.
I saw that because he was inciting the crowds, right?
He wasn't, but it's God damn him for trying to give away free shit. Right? I mean, what a horrible thing to do.
He caused a stampede.
No, there was no fucking stampede.
I saw the video. It was nothing. It was like just a bunch of people getting free shit, and then they were like later on, he's like, "This is what they called the unruly crowd" or something like that. Yeah.
He threw out 30 hats, some T-shirts, some fun shit, and he got the crowd. He didn't get them all whipped up or anything like that, but he became the focus, and I think that's what really. I told him. I said it sounds like the fucking New York Vig, like somebody just wanted to get paid.
Yeah.
They didn't want you to be able to come there with your $50. Actually, he had a free, press, and so they didn't want that to happen. But the irony is they stood there on the video and watched him give everything away. They didn't say anything to him. They didn't try to stop him. Nothing.
And he's still trying to make this bud come in focus.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
Keep up, Vinny. You'll get it by the end.
My bad, dog.
Yeah, the hand works great.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Still looks like shit. Come on.
There you go.
You can't get a good shot. It's impossible.
There we go.
Oh, I see a crystal.
Yeah, there's a crystal.
I see a crystal. Anyway, yes,
Crystal.
this is my untrimmed. Basically, these are the buds I stuck to the side as I was trimming. I was like, I'll just keep that one. I'll keep that one. So there you go.
And so
It's
they waited
delicious.
for him to finish. As soon as he finishes, they like violently escort him out.
Really?
Like you can watch them like try to kick someone's legs out from under them.
Really?
Somebody gets elbowed.
Sticks to the screen.
It was
Unnecessary.
It was totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. But again, my gut was, had they just paid someone, had they walked over and thrown somebody a couple €100 and said, "Hey, can I get up on stage for 5 minutes?" They probably would have said just fine, not a problem. But they didn't. And anyway, it made for a great story because that's what everyone was talking about all day on Monday and Tuesday. Was like, "Fuck, did you hear about the Dab Stars guys?" We're like, "What happened?"
Well, that's good promo for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I tried to figure it out. It is kind of a marketing company.
No, that's all they do. That's all they do anyway. So that's perfect. It's perfect. They hyped it up, Jonah style.
Couldn't have planned it better.
Couldn't have planned it better. And Jair's getting the lawsuit set up for them or what?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yes, we're taking you out.
No, but Steve mentioned something that I will bring up about Jair, which begs to be out there, in that he's been really, really integral, helpful in keeping the cannabis scene alive in Amsterdam, because his status, provenance? No, that's not there. Prominence.
Provenance, I thought.
Prominence allows him to get meetings with the local government, the mayor, and so he's really become the voice for keeping the cannabis scene going, because for a while Steve was saying that it was like open season. He gave Ed and I pretty much a lesson today in how conservative Amsterdam politics are, and how conservative the Dutch are in general.
Yeah, they always have been, and they always have been. And right now, the government that's in is horrible. It's like one of the worst. It's social democrats, and they're just super duper difficult about everything when it comes anything fun. They want to get rid of it. They're just like, and literally that's what Holland was based on, just allowing certain things that made everything kind of flow. And that was literally the reasons you were there. It was like, oh, it's for cannabis, it's for the cannabis, it's for the sex tourism, it's for all those things. And it was just, come on, dude, that is what they were. It was a fucking pirate town. It's a pirate fucking cove.
But he
you know
brought
what I
up
mean?
he brought up a great point. He's like, "Dude, you guys in America got the Pennsylvania Dutch."
Yeah.
He goes, "What do you think?" He goes, "Those were the ones that wanted to get out because it was too conservative here for them, so they fled." And think about what we think of them now. We think the Pennsylvania Dutch are wicked conservative.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
you go, I get it. I totally.
So that's how conservative the Dutch are. Well, I mean, the thing is, when doing business there was always a struggle, because they didn't give a fuck about anything except money. Like right now, what just happened in Holland, which is really so shitty. So this, like, it's kind of it's like would be considered like the House of Representatives or something. So it's not like the top tiered government, but it's a pretty, like, it's an actual one that deals with local politics, mixed with national politics. And basically, so they had this totally bogus group come in, and they called themselves the Boeren Bedrijf something. So it's like
Odin? Did you say Odin?
No, Boeren. Boeren is a farmer.
Boeren.
That's farmer in Dutch, right? So it's the Boeren, but I don't know, some other bureaucratic bullshit. But basically, it is completely backed by Big Pharma and by Bayer and all these horrible companies, but they made it look like it was the Farmers Alliance. The Farmers and People's Alliance is what it translates to in English, right? So it was and so it sounds very nice on farmers and the common folk, right? No, not at all. It's all bullshit, and the Dutch are getting completely scammed by their own, because right now what happened, you heard about the whole politics behind the cows and the amount of land that they're using, and they wanted to reclaim a shitload of land and build housing on it for all the immigrants. So all the farmers are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So they wanted to close a third of the farms in Holland to build land for immigrants.
Yeah, that'll work.
And then the craziest thing too in Holland, one of the biggest things they're pushing there too is protein, non-animal based proteins, right? So they're
vegan is big here, man.
Not even vegan. Like, we're talking next level shit where they're all into bugs. Got to eat bugs, right? That's like the Dutch thing.
I haven't seen that.
The largest consumable bug manufacturing plant is in Holland, right? And that's all they're doing is crickets and all sorts of different animals, all different kinds of insects, and they're just creating proteins out of them, and they're selling these proteins to other companies and saying you need to replace all of your meat proteins with these proteins. And so all the school lunches and shit, they're all turning into bugs, feed the kids bugs. Oh, the protein's really good for you. Look at the numbers, and they show these stats and stuff, and it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about right now? So you do realize that we've lived for a fuck long time, and the only people that are eating bugs are, they're sure
tribal.
The protein is there, and of course it makes sense to some parts, but there's also a lot of undigestible insect parts, right? There's there's shit we shouldn't be eating because why?
I imagine chitin.
Chitin, yeah, exactly. It's like a chitin. And what did they have? A chitin storm during this fucking whole COVID thing. That's what people were having. It was so let's feed them more. Let's feed them more of the shit that's causing problems within their own system already. So the Dutch are weird. The Dutch, yeah, it's strange because they're one of the biggest producers of agricultural products in the world, right? It's a tiny little country that pumps out just massive amounts of shit, just massive. And now they're turning the screws down on that and telling everybody, no, we need to do less. They're like, what? No, you need to eat more bugs. We need to get rid of all these cows because they're farting and burping. And you're like, guys, that's not the problem. Come on. So anyway, yeah, Holland is interesting. So Holland and Sweden are two countries you want to look at to see the future, because the Swedes are very both the Swedes and the Dutch, they follow their government oh yeah, they said do that, they must be correct, right? They'll just fucking fall into line like nobody else's business, and they're small populations, so they're easy to kind of control, and they're easy to they're very docile or whatever, and yeah, so it's interesting to watch. Like in Sweden, everybody's doing the RFIDs under the skin and shit. They're all about it. They're like, yeah, that's great, dude. You can get into all the clubs and shit. You don't have to stand in line. And it's like, really? So you put an RFID chip in you just to get into clubs? How much of an inconvenience is this? Yeah, but now you can go to the supermarket. You can check out. So they're all about it. They're ready to go Black Mirror deep. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting to watch. So if you ever want to watch the future, just watch Holland and watch fucking Sweden, and you'll be like, oh, okay, there you go. That's where we're going. Bugs.
Oh, fuck.
Bugs. Yeah,
that's really fucked.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no. I really just to.
It's fine. You won't have to deal for it with.
You're fine. You can eat some bugs. Get some bugs. Get a cricket bagel for lunch. Can I have one?
Mark, or excuse me, Jamie. Maybe you can Google right now and tell me where I should go tomorrow to eat some bugs.
Yeah. Let me work on that.
I'll definitely find that out for you. Best.
Yeah, I figured you'd have been on that right away as soon as Adam said Dave might eat some bugs.
What a wonderful.
You'd be like, fucking.
It's coming from out of nowhere.
Let me get that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that for
let's see.
you.
I bet. I'm going to bet this guy knows where to get some good bugs.
That guy knows bugs.
God.
Did you see the Turbo Core guys at all anywhere? Did you ever run into them or hear about
I did not.
Or hear about them or
not.
see them anywhere? No?
Nope, I did not. I looked. I spent a fair amount of time with our buddy Ramon.
Oh, good.
From Grass City. We had a lot of fun. Check this out.
Yeah, I'll pull up the picture right here.
Anybody
I've
there
got a whole-
fucking capable
I got a picture
of
right there.
drum roll?
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're such a fuck, Mark.
Oh, hot. I mean,
Oh, dude, I've got it. I've got spots for you. I got one in Arnhem. I got one in Rijssen, Duiven, Lelystad. Come on, Eremo. Where the fuck is Amsterdam?
Arnhem.
Everywhere except for Amsterdam. See, they're scared to sell bugs in Amsterdam. But I got one in Wageningen. Wageningen.
oh, nice. Look at that.
What is that
Oh, hold on.
monstrosity?
Hold on.
Jesus.
Coming.
What, you're going
It's
to...
a Jerome Baker custom piece
Nice.
blown for Glass City, given
That's-
to me by Ramon.
Oh, sweet.
yesterday.
Yeah, I saw they had Jerome Baker in their collection. I was like, that's good. That
You want? He is, according to Ramon, the largest purchaser of Jerome Baker glass out there today.
that's good. Dude. Great.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Okay, so I got a place called Tasty Bugs you can go to. It's in Kessel, Netherlands, eh?
Tasty bugs.
Tasty Bugs, you can go there.
Guess who's on our way?
Protix is in Dongen. Let's see. Yeah, there's lots of crickets and lots of bugs to eat there.
I'll try it. I'm seriously. I'll try it. If you
So I
find
got
me a
one's
place
called
to eat bugs.
Bugbon. And then let's see what else we got.
In Amsterdam, or am I gonna have to take a train?
No,
somewhere?
that's what sucks. Nothing's in Amsterdam. I see Lelystad.
I'll take a train.
Lelystad.
I
Deli
I
bugs.
can't be-
You want to go to Deli Bugs? Come on.
Sure.
Deli bugs.
I don't want to be in
Mealworms,
Amsterdam on
buffalo
Sunday.
worms, snacks, candy.
Ramon warned me. He said you should don't be in Amsterdam Monday.
Why?
Or I do a Dutch accent.
Oh, because
really
it's fucking.
bad.
Why? Just because of the tourist bullshit?
No, it's Rotterdam versus Amsterdam football game.
You should be there.
So
No, you should be. You should definitely see it because it's fucking action packed. Get in there. What you should do is get some Rotterdam gear,
Yeah.
right? Dress up to head to toe,
Right.
and just get out there with your camera and see what. Get us some video, because I'm sure it'll be some good video. Where did he go?
His battery went out and he like freaked out like he does every time it happens.
Oh yeah, so he's trying.
Yeah,
to
so he
What?
like freaked out
I'm back.
and then
he didn't want us to see him change his
I
batteries.
wasn't freaked out. I had it already.
like it happens and he's like, and then like stops everything.
Yeah, so look,
and then
leading
you.
agri-tech company
Fuck
producing
you.
effective and sustainable food ingredients from Alpha-Tobius diaprinius, which breathe. Oof, God.
how tall is that paste, Dave? That you just showed us?
Maybe 12 inches.
12 inches.
Yeah.
The chat was asking.
It's a foot long.
It's a foot.
Nice. Dude.
I'll bring it into the show. It's for all of us. I'm not going to keep it.
Whatever.
Yes, sir.
I just said that out loud for the show. I'm really keeping it.
Yeah,
No,
we're never
I'll bring
gonna
it
see
in.
that bong here in the studio.
I
dude.
will bring it in. It
Yeah.
would be cool, though, to do Kyle's NFT thing.
I'm
Oh,
scared
no,
of bringing.
100%. It's already happening. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
I'm scared of bringing glass I like here
You link them together, and it's gone. It's on like Donkey Kong.
I love it.
on the cement.
I love it. What?
So wait, we got no word back from JLo.
Yeah, she's on her way.
Oh, she forgot.
I have no idea. You
Oh,
know,
all
I'm,
right,
you
well, that's
know,
cool. So we're gonna have
I'm the opposite.
action packed around here soon. We're gonna have Jayson rolling in soon. He's just finishing up with his meeting over there. So
I identify as the opposite of she.
what are you mumbling over there, Mumbleina?
I don't know what's happening.
Come on now.
Oh yeah, we got a good clip of Dave saying 12 inch. So that's good. Yeah, we have to go back.
How many
Because
inches
I've
again?
never said that before. Trust me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What else would you like, Vinny?
Hey
I'll
Dave.
give you props all day long.
Not Dave. Adam.
Tell me.
Do you know much about the French macaron?
I mean, do I know much about it? Meaning, like,
Well, this person was asking
Where's that?
if you know anything about the EC. good EC for it.
Oh, the EC.
Good EC.
I mean, it's a fucking cookie plant, so it's going to take. I mean, like anything, you kind of keep it all below 2. You know, if you are running on an EC, that obviously means you're growing on cocoa or you're growing on rockwool or something like that. So my suggestion in all, pretty much across the board, is to feed more often in a lower EC instead of trying to push the EC too high, because at a certain point it's going to lock out, right? So or it can lock out. Oh. And the thing is, I've gone into grows, and EC is electrical conductivity for the people out there that don't understand what the fuck I'm even talking about, because that's what CC always says. Why? What do you think I know that? I'm like, EC, everyone knows that.
I was just about to ask because I don't know what the fuck it is.
I was like, everybody knows what fucking EC is, right? So EC, so you have pH and you have EC. Oh. And so that's pretty much, between those two parameters, you can kind of gauge what's going on within the medium itself, right? So that you feed it at, say, let's say feed it at 6 pH, right? And an EC of 1.5, right? Then you watch the runoff coming out. And if the runoff is higher, that means you obviously have a lot of shit backed up in there. What you want is the EC to come out around the same as it's going in. That means everything's kind of flowing through and not going up or down. If it goes either direction, you kind of know something's up, because it's taking in too much, or it's just basically saturated, right? And it's just kind of coming out the other end. Coming out the other end. You heard that, right? Hey,
there you go, Vinny.
12 inches coming out the other end.
12 inches coming out the other end. You got it. Just link those two, and you've got yourself a show. 12 inches coming out the other end.
And then one more question from the chat about weed, strangely enough, right?
No way.
Yo, Adam, who created pistache?
More science on the
Who
Adam Dunn
created
Show.
pistache?
It says PIST hash. It was the perfect representation of biscotti.
hash.
Beautiful plant and amazing smoke. Do you know what he's talking about?
No idea.
All right.
No idea.
No.
Well, that was that.
Biscotti's not my thing. I mean, all those newer strains are just not. Those are all West Coast. West Coast.
Polyhybrid.
West Coast poly swag. So, what have you been seeing? Well, give us the trends. I mean, I know out there everybody's all crazy about Cali weed because it's not from there. But did you get to smoke any good hazes or anything good while you were there? Since
Yes.
Tell us.
I smoked a good Super Silver Haze from actually Coffee Shop Central.
I saw that.
It was better than Katsu. Yeah, I went back again, and it was still better than Katsu. Then I went to Katsu thinking that, okay, come on,
Did
guys.
you bring the bud with you to Katsu to show them and say, look, this weed looks better than your weed? You should do that next time.
That's
do
what I
that
did.
next time.
That's
If
what I
you
did.
go see John at Katsu, tell him I told you to go there, and then you got to, because that's the whole thing about Katsu is they push back on everything. Like that was the first shop I ever sold weed to in Amsterdam was Katsu, and it's such a local vibed place that they know it's. Oh, look at. Sparkle.
She just decided to
Sparkle
zoom in. Where is
Boney.
she?
Where the hell
Yeah,
are
what
you?
the fuck?
What the fuck is
I
going
would
on?
say Aspen.
No.
I'm going. No, there's
Palm trees.
Palm trees, dude. There's
It
no
can't
palm
be
trees in
Aspen.
Aspen.
What are you?
No, no.
Where are you?
It's white palm trees.
What are you doing?
You guys have to guess.
Are you back in Hawaii again? You just you couldn't get enough?
That's exactly what happened.
No.
Look, hold on. I suck at this. Wait.
Could you turn your phone sideways? I'm just kidding.
You really went back to Hawaii to the same place that you were at before?
No, this one's different.
Oh my God.
What do you guys think?
Are you buying it? Is this your new spot? Is your mom buying you that or what? Is that what's going on?
Don't say that.
Don't you ever say that again.
Don't say anything.
My mom is only buying half of it.
Listen. What are you guys doing?
We're doing a show. We're doing a show. What are you talking about?
The Adam Dunn Show.
No one ever. You didn't give us any head.
Is there a doctor in the house?
You didn't tell us you were going to be out of the country or off the mainland.
I
should say.
Yeah, Kona. This time staying only in Kona.
Wow, look at you.
That's how I roll it.
Well, now that we know you're there, we need to link you up with some other people because last time you were sort of there, but then you weren't there when I was trying to do. So I will make sure it happens this time.
That would be awesome. This is a short one.
Mark wants to know if there's a new job for him in packing your bags for when you go on these trips.
No, I'm fully booked over here. I'm packing my own bags this weekend.
That was so cool how Mark was like, hey, I want to come in early too. And I'm like, oh, this is going. I can't wait to hear this. And he's like, yeah, I got a pack.
He's
So
going
might
to
as
New
well
York.
just come in
We knew
early.
this for months.
Amore. Did you bring your pizza
Wait,
boxes? You got your pizza boxes?
Are you really
travel,
going to New York, Mark?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in New York until Tuesday.
Oh, I thought Adam was going to New York.
No, it's me.
I just get to hang around here now. Trim
It's,
weed. I
me-
get to trim. This is
Bonnie-
my
Bonnie and I
job,
are
my
heading
life
out.
right here in front of me. Trimming weed.
That flower looks so good.
I know, and now I have all this abundance, and you guys are not around.
I know
I'm
this
so
is awesome.
It did stick to my screen.
I've smoked like 5 joints today.
Have you?
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you okay, dude?
Damn. So, mysterious trip to Kona. That's pretty dope.
Guys, I am addicted. That's the problem. Is like I got this like I've never been to Hawaii, and then now it's just such a good place. I think we should all come together.
Yeah.
So
Hold
sell some
on.
more of those
Wait.
overpriced clothes for us, and we'll come with you.
Did you like your trip?
Yeah.
Are you in Amsterdam?
Are you okay, dude?
Dave's, he's looking at him. He's in the luxurious hotel of, what are you at, the Best Western?
Yeah. Where's your palm trees, Dave?
Dave, where's your palm trees?
What the fuck, dude?
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
I
She has
miss you,
she has
Dave. I
purple
miss you
flowers on
guys
her
all.
fucking hat. She has purple flowers on her fucking hat.
Well, at least you got,
Her
at least you
camera.
got a, a woven hat. You didn't wear. I mean, if you had that Colorado hat on there, I would have been way out. You can't do that.
See, I
You have to
appreciate you noticing.
I was actually listening to another podcast, and they were talking about the. Basically, they were like describing the hat and the people so well. I was like, I gotta clip this. This is so on point. They're like, because he was like, yeah, the hat, the big hats, and then and the girls drinking the pumpkin lattes, the pumpkin spice. I was like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I feel like all your big dumb hat videos are my favorite.
Damn.
Now every time I see a girl wearing a big dumb hat, I'm like, there it is.
There it is. That was me. That was
Yeah.
You
me.
have a mirror, JLo?
She's like, that was. As she bumps hats to the other girl, she says, I used to be like that.
I want to try to show you guys. You can't smoke. I was trying to find a good smoking section, but I want to show you guys how pretty this looks really fast.
Oh yeah, we want to see that.
Oh yeah, show us Kona, Hawaii, because we don't believe you. We don't think
Please.
it's. I don't believe you that it's beautiful. I have a feeling it's all been an illusion, and they've just been telling us this whole time.
It's like 80 degrees out.
Oh,
Let me start there.
Oh my! She just did this to.
It's 40 degrees in Amsterdam and snowing.
It's 25 here and snowing.
Yeah, this sounds terrible. It was snowing when I left, and it was terrible. Okay, there's a lot of kids here though.
So you're
Stay away from the
literally.
kids.
Oh, and I
You
think
do
that
not
was
need another.
funny
you do not
enough.
need another
That was
restraining order.
the same video that I was watching. They were talking about the big dumb hat people don't like kids. That's exactly what the topic was about. That they don't like kids. They're like, no, we don't like kids. And I'm like, there you go. So you're falling into this really deep.
That is not. I love PDX Amazing.
Oh, okay. My kid. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. Make sure you separate my child from the rest of the little nightmares out there.
Vermin.
The vermin of the world.
Okay, you guys are gonna like. You're gonna like this part.
No, we're not.
You just keep showing us a part. Oh, look at this.
That's all green screen. She's in her backyard.
You are so full of shit. We know you're up in Fort Collins all sick. How'd you go from dying of
how
COVID?
did you get a plane ticket?
Wait a minute, you were dying of COVID last week, and now you're there, all healthy and fine. What happened? Was that a fake?
I'm not contagious. You know, it's
deep
like
fake.
temporary.
Thanks to Yo Tips. Hey, thanks to Yo Tips, we didn't get the fucking taken out by you, actually. So
I know. Honestly, that was the coolest thing ever. Look at
That's a great point.
it's a pretty nice spot.
Do you?
So, JLo, what do you do?
What are you
have
gonna
to,
do there now? You're
Reverse the spray tan off.
I didn't get a spray tan this time because I'm trying to get a real tan, and I feel like it blocked me last time.
Yeah, the last
So
thing you want to do is go to
now-
Hawaii with a
Have
spray tan.
there.
No.
I'm like Colorado see-through now.
How long are you gonna be there for?
Only until Tuesday. It is super short.
Till Tuesday. You know that?
It's a band.
I know.
Twice now.
And who did we go to Hawaii with?
Can't
Well,
tell. Can't tell.
actually, I went with a girlfriend, but she's at the grocery store because this time I felt like I needed a beach girl.
Uh-huh. And then she left you.
Because I'm only trying to sit on the beach this time.
Right? So basically, you went there last time. You were with your parents, and you couldn't do nothing you wanted to do. Is that what you're trying to say? And
That's
you came
exactly
back.
what
You came back as an all grown up girl. You're like, I'm grown up, and I can go to Hawaii all by myself. Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened.
All right, I see it. I see it already.
I had to get practice first.
Well,
Oh, how is it Amsterdam though?
Oh, I don't want to leave.
Really?
Really don't want to leave. Nope. I don't care. I love it here. I suppose it's just the fact that I've spent time with. You know who I am? I figured it out, Adam. You'll have fun with this one.
What's that?
I'm the Forrest Gump of the cannabis industry.
No, I am.
I have wound up
You can't be.
without really being, like I'm not an expert grower. I'm not an expert breeder. I mean, I can roll a nasty joint.
And you can play the drums pretty good.
I can play the drums.
JLo
pretty
hasn't
good.
even seen any of this stuff.
Dave's the party guy.
Hey, have you seen? Did you get to see any of this stuff? Take a look. Show him. Give him the whole. Give him the
Oh,
whole.
what's this?
Oh,
Just give her the
God.
whole. Give her the whole show. Dave's been out basically, Dave's been moonlighting on us.
Okay.
And going on other shows.
Yeah, he's been going on other shows.
A wonderful holiday.
I
St.
did
Patrick's
Conan.
Day.
I look better in a Speedo.
I don't know why it works so well, but it works so well.
It is. It's like perfect.
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
How did you do this?
Reface, obviously. It says right on the fucking thing. Made with
I just
Reface.
typed into Chat GPT, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, does anybody out there celebrating St. Patrick's Day? Have you seen people walking around all dressed in green, looking like retards? Sorry,
Yeah. Why? That's why I
Not
had
you. I'm talking about in Hawaii. Like that would be
Oh.
the stupidest place to be celebrating. Like, we're in Hawaii. Let's celebrate St. Patrick's Day and drink green beer and
Dumb.
But I'm sure they're out there. Have you seen any?
I haven't even seen a green shirt yet.
Oh, well, there you go. Good job.
I accidentally wore a green
I
shirt
have.
today. Like literally, I didn't even
We
mean
can't
to.
wear green here. Well, you,
I know. I just did.
it's the rules. We should do Adam Dunn Show's shirts in green though, just to have them
And
like
we have like the logo floating.
yeah. That way we're all exactly.
Floaty logo.
Floaty logos.
No, we have
Green
the
jumpsuits,
shirt
dude.
in green with something where there's like a secret message in it, and you can't see it until you sit in
There
front
you
of a
go.
green screen.
No.
Yeah, but you're not in front of the green screen now.
Oh.
You got to be in the green
Sorry.
screen, and it doesn't really work when you're not in the green screen.
Oh, sorry.
It will. Mark will figure it out.
You
Oh,
guys
look
have
at Vinny disappeared, man. He turned it in. He's on full St. Patrick's mode.
Oh, well, note the time. How long have we been on? Because I'm already getting the flash to install my third set of batteries.
Dude, this
Fourth.
is like
Why are you so dumb?
yeah.
Well, no, you should say that to Vinny. Why did Vinny send me?
Nobody said you would.
Hey, I tried to
Amsterdam.
send you with a Roadcaster.
Yeah, you would have had to take the Roadcaster, a computer, and 2 sets of headphones. That would have been great. I would have loved to see.
I'd have done it.
No,
If
you
Vinny
hadn't.
told me
No,
this would be
dude,
fine.
because
You
I
wouldn't have.
brought it up when you guys were fiddling with that fucking thing, and you were
Stop
like,
talking, Mark.
You 100%. Yeah, don't even let him go there. Don't you
Stop
let him
talking,
go
Mark.
anywhere near that. 100% not.
okay. I'm just saying.
So
Blasphemy.
next
Blasphemy.
week we're all gonna regroup next week, though, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to the Connoisseur Cup, right?
Exactly. At the Baldoria.
I'm
Where is
really-
that?
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna try to.
Where
figure
is
out-
it?
Baldoria, which is in Lakewood. It's a wedding spot. It's so funny because when you go there, they've built it out like a Tuscany ranch. Or I don't know what you want to
We've
call
been
it.
kicked out of there before.
We've been kicked out. Put it this way: we've been kicked out of
Oh,
there.
fuck.
You know, it's quality place, obviously.
Can we
'Cause if
smoke
we're
there?
there, well, that's the funny part. That's the funny part. When I got there last time, everybody was blazing everywhere. It was like, okay, I guess we can smoke, no problem. So we were all smoking, everybody's smoking, and then it was pretty late into the gig too. It wasn't like super early.
No.
But we fucking fired like the main alarm goes off. The alarm you cannot turn off.
Yeah.
It's the white flashy the bad one, right? They're coming.
Fire department.
Fire department came and cleared it all out, and it was like
reset the alarm.
The fire department?
Yeah.
Twice.
So we're hoping that this time.
That's what I'd say. This is the second time I've been involved with it.
Let's hope that this time they got their shit together a little bit more on that department. But yeah, it was the thing that made it even more ridiculous was they were doing like those big snake dabs, right? They had like giant snakes and they were doing it, and I look up and it's like there's a fucking like smoke detector right above them, like like right above it. And it was like, whoa. And I was like, you couldn't have made it worse of a spot, dude. You couldn't have picked a worse spot. So we'll see. We'll get the details in a little while when he shows up, because we're having Jayson on the show in a little bit.
Is it nice because it's a wedding venue?
Oh, it's really
kinda
nice.
like-
No, it's extremely nice. It's one of those places where you go there and you're like, I don't even realize we're in Colorado. They have it all set up. What are you doing?
It's St. Patrick's Day shit. I don't even know what's going on over
What are you doing, Vinny?
Little St. Patrick's Day music.
Nobody.
for us.
There's no such thing.
I know.
No one
St.
fucking
Patrick's
cares. It's
Day music.
who is Patrick, and what the fuck did he do?
I
to
heard he was a
Ireland?
bad
He
man.
chased all the snakes out of Ireland, right?
But they were.
Yeah,
it
but
was
they're
the-
actually just
It's a
atheists.
metaphor for all the pagans. That
Oh, I
they
know.
eradicated.
Or pagans.
I
yeah,
know.
sorry.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to keep it like,
Keep it light.
keep it
Not-
light. You know, the
Okay.
snakes.
That
It was about the
like
snakes.
It wasn't
Yeah,
about
man,
the Jewish
snakes.
Holocaust or the
No, it was not about the Holocaust.
Irish.
The Irish.
No, it was about the Irish
Vinny.
Manny. All right. Okay. All right. What were you guys talking about?
I just
Let's turn Vinny's mic. We were talking about turning both of your mics off, is what it was.
Hey.
Everyone's just watching
gone.
JLo smoke
Everyone's-
cigarettes on a fucking
I know.
beach.
JLo.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't smoke weed right here.
Why are you
Everyone-
even smoking anything then?
You probably could.
I know
You could
you're
smoke
right.
weed. What are you talking about?
I know. I feel like I
You're
should probably just try because there's nobody right here.
You tell him
but-
you're on the Adam Dunn show right now.
Yeah,
You say, hey, do you know who I is? And then you get him to the JLo-ness, and you got to give him a couple of sassy moves, and then you say, look, you are on international video right now. Everyone's watching.
I'm just saying for the team, I might have used up, hey, I'm on the Adam Dunn show for the whole rest of the year, though.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah,
overdoing it. Have you been overdoing it, sir?
I handed out the T-shirts. I walked around.
Did you get photos at least of a couple of those? Because that was your only job was to get photos of
dude.
people holding the thing up saying, I love you guys, or something along those lines. You didn't do any of that.
Oh, no, he didn't.
No, I can already see. He's like,
No.
she's got really big boobs, and then you gave her a shirt, right? That's pretty much what happened. Like, whoa, you need to cover those up. Here, let me give you one of these Adam Dunn show shirts.
He's a modesty kind of guy.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that we could start a GoFundMe for the Adam Dunn show of my boobs? Do you think we
No.
can start a boob?
No, nobody's want to. We don't want to support
You're in
that.
fucking Hawaii. You
don't need
a
fake.
third-
Everyone's getting fake boob. Everyone's getting them removed now. Like nobody's getting them anymore. They're over. It's
Really?
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. We've already decided. People like butts. Nobody likes boobs anymore. They're over it.
Yeah, that
Boobs
was
is-
like Warrant Cherry
That's
Pie
like
stuff.
70s, 80s total.
Yeah.
Boobs.
Man,
Flat butts. If you look at the old videos, the chicks had like flat butts and giant boobs. You're like, what? That's not working.
Wait a minute, JLo, your trip is a third of a boob.
Yeah, you could have had boobs already. You could have had them all done. Just don't go to Hawaii.
You didn't go on that trip, and you'd have done this, not gone on a trip 2 more times. That'd have been a full set.
There you go. Double D's.
I guess double D.
You could have got
No,
double
that'd
D.
have been a little more than that.
No, I don't know. They're trying to get rid of those. Those are like back stock. Those are all lagged. Right now, it's all about the handful. They're trying to go for that. We don't get too many of these double D's backing up. What are we going to do with them all? We need to get them in people now. We need these in people now.
All
Stat.
right, let's reel this thing in. What do
Okay,
we
let's
got
reel
here?
it back. We're
Yeah.
on Boob Talk. Here on Boob Talk. Boob Talk. Adam Dunn Show. Boob Talk.
You guys are the best squad.
Wait a minute. I don't know how I feel about being called a squad.
We are the squad.
Why?
Part of the squad.
You are part of the squad.
Well, I mean,
You
Dave
are-
is like a detective squad.
You're the
He's
SQ
like-
of the squad, which is like the squawker. You're the
Dave-
squawky guy over here. That's squawker. And we're the D crew. She's the D crew.
I hate you all.
Dude, he should fill right in with a squad, because you're a cop and all.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's time to hit the like button.
Oh fuck, we forgot to do the like button again, as
You
usual.
guys gotta like it.
As usual.
As usual, Adam Dunn show failed the algorithm.
Yeah.
Once again.
We were supposed to do it in the first 10 minutes.
We're really bad at it.
10 minutes, and you're supposed to have it already done.
We're an hour late.
I know the time change. I totally screwed up because I didn't realize we're like 4 hours different, and then when we did the show different, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
all over the place.
well, if any of us knew that you were actually not around, we would have told you, but we just figured you were like up the road, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I flew all day yesterday. All day. I went to LA though. Have you guys ever been to LA?
Yes.
Do you guys like it?
No.
Wait, LA? You mean the city in California?
It sucks.
Yes.
But anyway, I mean, it's one of those places you get sucked into it. If you live there, you're like, it's a bubble. It's another one of these bubbles. So.
I'd never been there, and I thought that people were like what everybody described. Like everybody was so essential.
But you didn't meet everybody in LA in one day, I don't think. I think you might have missed a few. You may have missed a few
No,
people
just
along
the airport.
So they're really nice at the airport.
Hold
those
on,
people.
hold on. Whoa, flag on the plate.
She didn't even
Back
go to
up.
LA. I know she went
You
to the
didn't
airport.
go to LA. What the fuck is that? You went to the airport.
I
That's
went
like
to
saying-
In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger counts.
No.
At the airport.
Well,
It
you
doesn't
went.
count.
Oh, you left the airport, went to In-N-Out Burger, and came back. That's
Yeah,
what you
it's
did.
right on the outskirts of the
I know
area,
exactly.
right there.
I
Yeah.
already know the
You know
In-N-Out
that one?
Burger you went to.
Yeah.
That's not LA.
No.
That's officially. that is not.
That's
LA.
Anaheim.
That does not.
That's
count.
Anaheim. It's not LA.
It so does not
Can
count.
we go to LA then together?
Well, we
No.
have to at some point. I'm sure. I'm sure there's going to be a point in time where we're all forced to go. But
Yeah, because the DabX offices are in LA.
true that, and they have a studio for us to do the show from because when we asked him, and he said, "Oh, I got it. I got a whole studio." So perfect.
Well, they're just the nicest guys in the world. Again, those two, Chris and Zach, treated me like family. It was really good because since, none of the rest of the fucking crew made it, it was the way it was. JLo's in fucking Hawaii. Adam's
She could
bills.
have bought all of us tickets to the
Yeah.
Spannabis.
What the fuck is that,
Instead of
J-Lo?
going to Hawaii, that would have been a much better deal.
Damn.
I'm on a
Damn you.
white trash budget.
Wait,
you
you're
do,
on
turn-
a white trash
what'd you do,
budget?
turn in a bunch
Show
of
us
coupons?
that fucking 4-star resort behind you.
Yeah.
It's 5 stars. But the
Okay, I'm
hibiscus-
sorry. I apologize. I made a mistake. It's
But
not
now
a
I'm
third of a
broke.
boob. It's a whole boob job.
Yeah, you could have had 2
A
boob
whole
jobs.
boob job right there.
You could have them on your back
been done.
and your front if you wanted.
have
You
them
could-
on your
Back in your front.
You could have gotten that labiaplasty too.
Jesus Christ.
You guys
If you think these are bad, you should check out my back. Be like, whoa.
People are wondering what are in the jars there, Adam.
Cannabis.
Let's see.
They look so good.
MK, GMO, and Sage and Sour.
Oh, nice.
Sage and Sour.
Sweet.
The flavors
Adam,
of them.
we-
What?
Oh, yeah,
What
flavors.
do I gotta do to trade you genetics? What do we gotta do?
Just be here.
Ba-da-ba-dum.
That's first thing you gotta do is be in the room. That's pretty much all you gotta do.
Ba-da-ba-dum.
Your flower looks like the best flower I've seen in so long. Look how big the nugs are. Everybody else has popcorn nugs right now.
All 5 of my joints I've smoked since I got here
Yeah.
have been great.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I've been doing.
Yeah, I
old
know.
school.
It's true because I've been watching. I've been looking at other people's stuff lately, and it's been like it's funny though because the market is like people love popcorn buds, like they go nuts for it, and people don't even try anymore. They're just like fucker. That's what we're selling most of. So they have so like all the big buds is like they'll sit on the side, nobody will buy them,
Because they can sell it for cheaper.
and then they have because it's
Yeah.
people realize it's the same weed. It's just one looks better,
Yeah.
visually. Big buds ain't all that.
I went to this.
It's
Have
kinda
you
like
ever
mushrooms,
seen
too.
Greenfield?
Yeah, the little ones are the
Green-
ones.
The little ones will fuck you up.
That's what you kind of you always want the sort of more compact and complete everything. What I
Yeah.
mean? Once they get all blown out, same with buds. You get these big giant fucking colas and they're all blown out. It's like there's not
Moldy
much
in the
flavor.
middle and shit.
There's just not much flavor in those things. It's all those little. It's the crown that surrounds the main cola. That's what pretty much. If I'm looking at a room and I have a whole bunch, if it's my own weed and it's like I'm smoking that right there. Like those
Did
little
you?
nugs.
Do you remember when they used to cheat like on test samples? That's actually what they used to do was pull the smallest buds because they would actually test higher in potency than like the big colas like you're talking for their actual testing.
Of course. No, it's just like the energy of the, like, what you can even tell, like you break off the tip, it's almost like there ain't much going on there, you know what I mean? But then you get down there. So yeah, I would expect nothing less. Is Dave going to get more batteries? Is that what he's doing? He's already.
I think he is.
He's already left the room.
He's on battery duty.
Did you guys try that DabLogic French onion?
Don't even talk to us about DabLogic.
Yeah, what
we're
the
2
hell?
weeks. We're 2 weeks.
I know. Dave won't even he's like gatekeeping it all.
He gatekeeped us from there. Like normally it's like
I have none left. It's so good.
the DabLogic usually it never gets to this side of the table, so I never really get to experience it fully.
Right.
But this time it never even got to the table.
It never even
2
got
weeks
here.
in a row.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
Totally.
We're telling.
He totally gatekeeped us.
I talked to Chuck yesterday, so I may have to call the big boss.
Yeah.
And tell him to
be like, yeah.
Hey, we're Jones.
It's a cartel party?
Yeah, dude.
We got two weeks. We got 2 weeks of backlog here.
Yeah, dude.
No, all that shit was fire. All the
was
DabLogic stuff, 100%
so
fire.
I haven't had a bad thing from them yet.
No.
Yep.
No, that French onion one tasted just like the GMO. So bold though that it was like some of the best hash I've had in a long time.
Yeah, it was literally the hash that Cece would go to reach for it, and I'd be like slapping her hand. Like, no. That's for me. Those are mine.
It's so good.
That's funny.
Did you get more batteries, Dave?
Oh, I was making a coffee.
Wow, dude.
Why? What do you think this is? You don't realize you're on a show or something? Making coffees?
I needed a JLo was feeling great right there. Look at the
Look
shot
at the
of her
boobs.
knees.
Look at those boobs. Oh my God, you got them done.
Oh, yes.
You got them done. They look great. Amazing.
Draw some.
Amazing quality. Oh, those are knees. Oh, never mind. Draw some nipples on them. And
no, just put Band-Aids on there.
Draw some. Yeah, put some Band-Aids on the front. Take some photos, and you're good to go. Gigantos, monsters. Yeah.
That just made my decade. I'll give you guys some pictures.
And everyone's like, "Wow, how come your boobs are knobbly boobs? Got a little flat on the sides, a little thing." Wow.
Hope those came with a money back guarantee.
So wait, do you guys know? I heard something about sour diesel. I've been hearing all these things about sour diesel being so controversial. I guess it's always been like that, but so many people have been claiming.
What?
I know, like everybody I talk to is like, I bred Kim, and I bred the sour diesel, and I bred.
We know that those are stupid things to say because it's there's no breeder behind any of those. Like
No.
neither nor of the the chem and the sour both no breeding done. Zero. Like zero breeding.
Yeah.
Zero work. Nobody in
bag seeds, right?
Straight bag seed.
Straight up bag seeds.
Straight bag seed. The people who grew them can tell you that they're bag seed. They didn't do anything.
They're not trying to hide it.
Nobody's saying they did anything.
Openly.
Yeah, no one's saying, "Oh yeah." Anybody who says they did it is lying. That's what makes it clear. So it's awesome. So it's like just go ahead, hang yourself.
Have you guys ever heard
Brett Bogue back in the day used to say that he grew sour, like he created sour. I was like, dude, you are literally so full of shit right now. Like you just need to stop. And he would have it because the problem is saying it is one thing, printing it is another thing. So I've seen people claim they got packaging printed up. It's just like, dude, why? Like, why would you even think that? But there's plenty of people out there that don't get it. So. Of course. What did you hear though? Give us the specifics. What did you hear that was so?
Well, I heard that Kim came from Syracuse and Dave's neck of the woods, where somebody brought it to Boulder in '90.
Wait, do you not watch the show? You have never seen
what the fuck?
We have cleared
Holy shit.
This story is so basically wide open in the world, and everybody knows the story. So
wait, Adam, hold on. Would somebody just send JLo an email and let her know she is a cast member of the Adam Dunn Show? We have fucking done this.
We've broken this down
multiple times.
Okay, so the thing is, you're talking about Cam himself, right? So Cam, who's G, who lives in Massachusetts. And who's the guy who was out here? He's not Syracuse. So
you realize this is going to cost me another 4 batteries, JLo. Okay, good. Go right ahead.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
G was out here. It was out here, and they met P-Bud, who's local here. He sold him some weed. That was called It was called dog bud.
Dog bud.
Because you roll around on the floor like a dog when you smoke the weed. That's how high you got. You got so high you get on the ground. That's why they were calling it dog bud. That's literally what was behind it. Okay, so
it's a bummer.
He gets back to New York. He goes back to the East Coast, to Massachusetts. He's going through his ounce of weed that he had. He found 11 seeds. The 11 seeds he grew. You have the chem cis. All those things come from that original thing. He actually, I think he actually had to. He tried to get more. He ordered. He called him up, said, "Give me another ounce" or something like that. But in general, yes, all came from that, and that was. And then he threw away the males because he didn't think he was not breeding it. He was like, "Oh, look, male, that's stupid." Right? You know what I mean? And like now, yeah, exactly. Like now, we would all go back in time
and be like,
slap his hand as he was about to cut it. You know, like, "Oh, this is stupid. I don't need this in my life."
You just made me think of a movie for us, Adam.
Yeah, right.
What would happen if you and I and JLo
had a time machine?
Had access to a time machine? Yeah. We could like stop Hitler.
Yeah.
We could, end the famine. Save millions.
No.
What would we do?
Yeah.
We would go to the trash can to grab the males. They got thrown out.
Yeah, got it.
Save the seeds.
That's right. That's right. But anyway, so whatever history you need to be caught up on, we will catch you up on that part of it all.
That makes me feel better though, because the chems did so Chem 91, Chem Dog,
all
Chem
of it's they're all from the same. They're just all different phenotypes from the same bag of weed. So, and that just shows you how very seeds exactly. So there you go.
That is so cool.
Well, there you go. There's the history. Now you can join the show again and actually don't have to watch
it. Sorry, guys. I was sitting with somebody that was like talking about all the things that are controversial about.
Oh, go
except for the fact that he who will not be spoken about, who talked about on his own podcast.
I know, because I can't put them on blast because they even said that they had something to do with Charlotte's Web.
Oh my God! These people are digging themselves. They were digging themselves. They were digging themselves a huge hole in front of you at this point. You should have got.
I hope they're watching.
Well, yeah, you should. Did you school them a little bit on Charlotte's Web? Because you do know that.
Did you bring up two
did
at
you,
all?
Did you tell them we know the person and it's not that Charlotte? That's a bunch of bullshit, and that those people are charlatans, and that's why it should be called Charlatans Web.
No. She look at her face. She did not.
No.
Well, I did actually, but that's what they were saying is that those Charlotte's Web guys. I don't know. I don't want to.
Stanley Brothers are douchebags. Yes.
Yeah.
Said here live.
The name too.
I will.
That's almost worse than saying.
Do you want to hear?
I know.
It's almost worse. Some gossip.
But they're
about
what? More gossip
about their facility. So this is weird. But I looked.
Is it parts per billions? Is there parts per billions involved?
Is it Is it
It's kind of like that. Is one time I looked at buying this. I had an investor once upon a time, and I looked at buying this facility in Denver, and they were giving me giving me the tour, and they were really vague about like testing, and they like were beating around the bush on like basically that there was a hold on this building from the Department of Ag. And I started like really inquiring about it and called the Department of Ag and all this stuff, and I found out that the building that Charlotte's Web, at least the Stanley brothers, had at one point in time, they were spraying, maybe not the Stanley brothers, but somebody took over that facility and was spraying this pesticide that you can only use on like beetle kill trees in Colorado and stuff, that they treat it with a plane, and you have to like only apply this twice a year. It's definitely not approved for cannabis. And that their building is like so contaminated with this pesticide, and they were producing medical stuff out of this building, and that there was, I don't know, that there actually was this product being sprayed in there, and it's like lethal if even the person applying it sprays it in a confined space, even with all their PPE.
How did we not hear about all the dead growers?
I know, I feel the same way, but the state, it's so weird because the state still won't sell it, if they actually, but it's been an open investigation for like
Did you hear this story at like a hotel bar? After
Total hotel bar.
Trying to pick you up.
No,
somebody's trying to hit on you.
I can already hear.
I invented Charlotte's Web and sour diesel and the fucking space shuttle. I invented pot.
Yeah.
Toppings on pizza.
No, they were like, this girl likes weed. Oh yeah, I invented weed.
I'm so in.
I'm so in now.
It's really funny that you say that because it kind of honestly was like that. Like this guy was like, everything you've heard is wrong, and he was just like, I want, like he was telling me that people like tried to sabotage him or whatever because I don't know, but he was claiming all of the things.
Wow.
It was wild. I was just curious.
Oh, JLo. And you've been there for how many hours? How many hours have you been there now? This has all happened already?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
No,
what are you sorry about? This is great radio.
That little Sour Diesel recap was kind of cool. It almost would be worth it to go back and round up all those stories. You know, because what happens is, you know, we have the 3-hour Adam Dunn show about OG Kush, and then it never gets like round up and like, you know what I mean? So like, it might be worth it to go back on some of those strains that like, you know, that maybe we get a lot of.
We could do that.
You know what I mean? Because that was cool. Because like I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot about some of that stuff, and then you just like did it in like that little 10-minute recap. You know, or maybe for like a short clip series or something like that.
Could be, or a Netflix story. Netflix. Give me a call, Netflix.
Now we're thinking bigger.
You know,
Let's
I'll
save
throw
it for Red Coral Universe.
Yeah, Red Coral Universe.
Can I hook up my OBS to Netflix?
Oh yeah, you can.
Now that MTI says that,
Hey,
I think
they
it
do
would
have
be
they have
really
Netflix
cool.
Live right now. Maybe there's a way.
Anyway.
Oh, now we're talking.
What were you saying, JLo?
I'm sorry. I think it would be really cool now that you say that. If like, you know how like a lot of these strains are just renamed from like somebody getting them in like the area, like Cold Creek Kush or like Josh D or OG or like, you know, like there's so many strains though that have been renamed.
Well, the whole key to the naming game is pretty much it's gatekeeper. It's people who are like a lot of it comes down to the strain gets created, or it's usually bag seed, right? Like let's say with sour, with a lot of these things. Then what happens is everybody has it. They get all excited. They think it's going to last forever. Then only one guy out of the group is maintaining any kind of mother plants or keeping it. And then everybody goes back to that guy like 4 or 5 times. And at a certain point, it's that name gets attached to that clone because that guy has basically just been keeping it alive for everybody. And then part of that, even the Ghost, like Ghost is just the same OG, but it's because Ghost was keeping it and he was giving it out to people. So people called it Ghost OG. It's the same OG.
Yeah, there's some mushrooms like that too, where it's like Homestead PE, and it was just because that was the name of the store that sold it at one point in time. And
right, it's the same PE, it's just different. And so and a lot of times, whenever there's a name, like a person's name attached to it, you can rest assured it's because that person has the garden that managed to stay clean over the last fucking 20 years, and he's held on to these strains. And every time some dumbass friend of his comes back and goes, dude, can I get a... And then at a certain point, those, you know, the gatekeeper, like, I've given it back to you 9 times, you fuckheads. Yeah. And that happens. I've seen the same story, like, recreated over and over again with different groups of people and different strains of cannabis. But it's usually that's what happens is like, you know, everybody's... going back to the same person because that person always manages to fucking hang on to it, and then their name gets attached to it, and then it becomes their thing, and then that's
do you think though, like because that is the way it is, do you think that like if we really were to dig into like a little timeline of all the genetics like that and group them in these little categories, it's like, do you think the amount of strains that people really think exist would be like half or
way less than half, way less than half? Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, nowadays though, people are popping a lot more beans, which is good. There was a moment in time though in the 90s where nobody was popping beans hardly at all. It was like very small group of people doing it. Everybody's relying on clones because people were getting good enough money and they could sell the clones and they could, you know, just kind of maintained itself, right? So if you're paying decent money for clones, so somebody can survive just making clones. As long as it doesn't get worn out, right? And then what happens is they produce way too many clones of the same strain that nobody wants to smoke that strain anymore or grow it anymore. And then that peters off Blue Dream style, right? And then now everybody wants it fucking Blue Dream all of a sudden. Oh, dude, can you get me a good cut of Blue Dream? I'm like, why? Like
Max Montrose has it.
No, they all and but it happens with every big strain out there. You know, I mean, it's like Gorilla Glue. Everybody had Gorilla Glue. Across the board, I mean, nobody who, if you wanted it, you have it, right? Or you had it at some point. But soon, what you'll notice, I guarantee you, in the next 5 years, it'd be hard to find a person who hangs on to it and maintains it. It doesn't get, doesn't get viroid or doesn't get fucking russet mites or whatever along the way. And there will be, that will be have a value added to it, of course, because people are like, oh man, I need that one, and you'll see the same, Gorilla Glue will be hot again. It just kind of comes in waves, because all strains like that have a reason why they were popular. Like Gorilla Glue is a fucking awesome plant to grow, fucking nice. Like it looks, you feel like you're an accomplished grower all of a sudden. You're like, dude, look what I did. Wedding cake, very similar. Produces really nice looking buds. You're all impressed with yourself. You did you're patting yourself on the back. Oh, I'm so good. It's like, it's just good selection. Somebody selected good plant at one point.
Totally.
And then everybody benefits from it. So it is. But now, because people are growing more from seed, there is more real variances between them. You know what I mean? There's plenty of different ones. But unfortunately, too, a lot of people don't care. There's a lot of people, you're starting to see the generational gap of like the people who care and the people who don't care because they grew up in it. And to them, it's just it's just oil in a pen, I mean, it's not the plant anymore. They forgot about that because they don't need to, because someone else does all that work, so.
No, you know what though? They're here I've noticed they're really into the cartridges. They don't have access to oils. They don't have access to anything but pure nicotine e-cigarettes. And that is something they don't, you can't use butane here. So there's no processing. Rosin in Spain was really, really big, and they're really fucking good at it. I mean, I would love to get Julian down there to teach a master class, because they're to the point right now where all they need is just a little nudge. What I saw there was amazing. They were getting 50 to 75 euro a gram. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's a hash culture to begin with, so they kind of got that appreciation for that to begin with, and then, I mean, the thing with rosin is it's really about keeping it local, right? So if you have a club and you have a place that people can actually, like, you can do it almost right there if you had to, and in general, like, that's kind of where rosin fucks up, is when there's a time gap in between. Like, you can't, like if it went national tomorrow, it'd be harder to maintain than, because of the distance and the time. Everyone would want to be, everybody wants Cali shit, so you're shipping it from there to here, and it's like the thing about rosin is it's a fresh product, right? You do it and then you smoke it within a certain time frame. There's not like aged rosin, really. Hash for sure, because hash has its own natural preservation sort of built in, but rosin not really. So rosin's kind of like, it's already been pushed so far, right? It's been washed. Any protective membranes left on the trikes are gone, right? So all that's just been washed away. Then you've heated it up to a certain point and you've squeezed it out, right? So then you've activated everything, like it's going, like it's time to fucking, and then you can't just sit on it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to sit on this for the next 5 years and then we're smoking. It's going to taste like nothing. It's going to have no.
Right. It's volatile.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever make, you and Dave, Adam, do you guys ever make like old school bubble hash, just like pressed bubble hash?
What do you mean, you guys? What are you talking to? Like me and Dave are in a lab together, sitting around. Dave makes bagels.
You guys are such little hash
Adam
guys.
puts a white coat on,
Dave
and everything like that.
Yeah, Dave makes bagels. Yeah, exactly. No, I
make bagels.
Yeah, of course we do. When you come home, we'll have a little sesh, all right? And I'll bust out some hash, and we'll show you. We'll teach you the ways. Yeah, we'll do a sesh.
Do you know what I really want to do with you too?
What?
That would be
amazing. Goodness, JLo. Wait, Vinny.
How drunk is she right now?
Yeah, really.
Are you hammered right now? We just want to make sure.
How many Mai Tais have you had?
I've only had one mimosa so far, and it's only 12 though for one.
Okay.
But I think, okay, the Cali Mist though. I have been thinking about this so much, and I can't stop.
Did you get those? Did we ever get those to you or not? Okay, so we need to talk to Bucky. Bucky needs to get you the seeds. You need to grow them out.
But I was thinking that's what we could do is pick from the pheno, and then I could give you or whatever. But I think we need to flower some Cali Mitts. We need it in our life.
We need. Oh, yeah, sure. Let's do it. It's only a 12-week plant, so it takes a little. I'll see you in 2024. We'll have some Cali. If you get on it now, we'll be ready by then.
Do you think that? Have you ever heard of shark's breath?
Yes.
Where did that strain go? That was one of my favorites.
It's another it's a greenhouse strain. Boo, greenhouse. Yeah. Anyway, the only thing
remember?
I remember it had this. I mean, the leaves looked like shark's teeth. That's why
exactly.
They had very serrated, heavy serration on the leaf.
And they actually pointed like that too, and like it was. I remember the flavor reminded me so much of Blue Dream though, but it was like almost better.
Almost better than Blue Dream. Oh my God, jeez.
Almost better. But I've never seen that strain since like 2000 something. I've never even seen it or heard people talk about it.
Since 2000 something.
Like
JLo has.
2008, 2009, maybe.
She's getting real specific now.
Yeah.
2007 to 2009, I think it was when I was growing it, and I haven't seen it since.
Well, that's the thing about strains, right? If it doesn't catch on to the right people, and that's the thing is that was kind of more of a grower's plant than a smoker's plant. You know what I mean? Like it had an okay thing, but when you grew it, it was really interesting. You're like, wow, look at this, and you could kind of explain it to each. Like you could identify it in a room. You'd be like, there it is. But once it was harvested and then it kind of lost it muted a little bit of the qualities, I think, and so probably that's why it didn't make it, and maybe in the bigger scheme of things.
I killed it because it wasn't that great then.
Well,
but
there you go.
I did like
you just answered your own fucking question.
but I think it's funny that you said it just spot on though, because it really was such a distinctive plant, and like it was cool to grow, but it just didn't do all the other things, I think. But I kind of miss it. I wish I could have a round too.
It takes a lot. I've noticed it more and more. Like it takes a lot for a strain or a particular cultivar to like catch and stay within the fucking thing, because there's so much coming at everybody. There's like, new flavors of the month. Everybody wants this new flavor. So then it takes so long to get there. By the time you get there, it's like you've already done a 3-month mission to get to that flavor zone. And now everybody wants a new, oh no, it's this new fucking thing. And it's like, oh my God, dude, you could chase this forever if you're not on it. That's why you need to get ahead of it. And you need to kind of like look at the flavors that are hot right now. Like for instance, GMO has established itself as probably the predominant 2020 early 2000s.
Something.
Yeah. The first 5 years are pretty much GMO, blam, like everything. And it's if you like it, you're in luck, because everything's like I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
So for me, if I taste that garlicky kind of vibe, I'm like, there you go. It's got that savoriness, you know what I mean? It's got a heavy savory factor to it. So, but there will become a time when you will get like, God, this is turning into the fucking too prevalent. It's almost like how Jack, when it first started, was really exciting to people. Like when I first, like the terpenoline stuff was always like, wow, this is really now it's like, fuck, no, keep it away from us, right? Nobody wants any of that shit ever, because there's nothing interesting about it. But it's super overly complex the first time you've ever tried it, right? Same with Soma's fucking diesel. Exactly the same thing, right? You're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then you smoke it. You're like, it's not really that shit. It's not, it doesn't.
I saw Soma last night.
The flavor doesn't fucking match to the smell. What was Soma up to?
It was at Jair's gathering.
Yeah.
So
how was he doing?
He seemed okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we have to admit they're getting old. He's in his 70s.
I was just saying, how old is Soma now? Yeah.
It's like 71.
Steve is 72.
I think they're like the same age. No, they're the same age, because he's a year younger than my mom, and my mom's only 73, so he's 72.
No way.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
No, I know, because he's the same birthday as my mom, but a year earlier. So, and she would always be like, "Oh, he's just a kid, Soma, just a child."
Willie said
he's
something
just a child.
for you, though, Adam.
What's that?
I have to give you a big hug.
Oh,
I have to give
no.
Cece a big hug, and then I have to give Nick one of the.
One of them. Oh, geez.
One of the.
Oh, jeez.
He was very happy. He really enjoyed that New Year's being on with the London police still to this day. He said when I walked into the bar, Jair looks at me like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Because I got there early with Steve, and while Steve was parking his bike, I walked in, and I'm like, "Jair, after all these fucking years, you don't recognize me."
Well, he didn't even know
and
you
then
were.
Willie goes, "Yeah," and Willie goes, "I watch you on the TV."
Yes, yes.
I don't know. Yes.
Well, so what now? Jair's finally recognized who you are in this world.
Yeah, he does.
It
And I gave him a shirt. But,
Did you?
However, Jair requires a
5X,
4X or 5X. So I gave his son
Yeah.
an XL. I gave Steve the 3X that I had.
Gotcha.
I gave him out to the Requiem guys.
Oh, good.
No, I didn't give any out to women with big boobs.
Oh, you know you did.
Oh.
You know you did.
I
Or you
did
wanted
not.
to. You know you wanted to. You were like,
I
which
did
is the most
not.
obscenely wrong size shirt I could give this girl right here? Let me give her extra small.
Triple small. No, you didn't need to there. It was they're big into the tattoos in Spain, by the way. That's a really big thing.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Everybody
it's nice weather and you can actually show it off, right? It's not like
Is Spain nice like that? Is the weather like? What's it like?
Oh, just fly over there and find out. Jesus Christ!
Wait,
Just get on
JLo,
your
I
private
really can't
jet
tell you,
and tell them you
'cause
take
then
me to
you'll fly
Barcelona.
there.
Barcelona.
I want to go
Barcelona.
together next year. We
You-
need to go together next year.
Oh, 100%. And
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
could have
make it-
just,
we're gonna
bought the
make it.
tickets for the show instead of that fucking trip to the 5-star resort in Hawaii.
Yeah, with
we
your
could all been
girlfriend.
here. I did this so on the cheap. I'm staying like 15 minutes outside of Amsterdam. I got to take a train to get out here. I did it right.
Is it hard to travel like that though, Dave? Like the train and like, is it difficult to get a feel?
If you were in the studio right now, I'd have Adam give you a pinch. I'm a fucking New Yorker. You don't think I know how to operate a train? Come on.
You do that stuff all the time.
Didn't I already put it down? I think I put it down.
This is called traveling, JLo. You don't have your limo driver take you where you want to go all the time. Sometimes you actually have to get on public transportation. Not all of us have a private jet and a chauffeur and a chef,
Whatever.
or anything like that. As you sit next to the lava rocks and the fucking strange plants growing out there, and 85-star resort overlooking the fucking the lava pools.
In Kona of all places, probably the most expensive spot to be in Hawaii, right? So
Mark's about to go to New York City in the fucking freezing sleet and snow because he loves his schmoopsy and he wants to be there for her, and he's working up like 9-10 jobs extra just to get there.
10 jobs extra.
Yeah.
The guy, the dedication.
Yeah, he is. Heart of gold. That guy.
I've only been to New York one time, and it was so stressful. So stressful in Manhattan. I didn't even get out of the car, and I was going to have a panic attack.
Really?
I couldn't believe
You were like
how many
Country Mouse?
people-
Were you like Country Mouse or something?
Yes. Yes.
You were like Country Mouse in the big city? Oh,
Yes.
oh, the city's so big and noisy. Yes, Country Mouse, stop looking around. Everyone knows you're a tourist now. Hey,
And they have people who are dirty.
going on?
Just, oh my gosh. Uh-oh, who's in the studio?
We got
Somebody's
it. They're
coming in.
coming in hot and heavy, straight from the Balladura. So
I'm
yeah,
jealous
we
I
got,
get to
we got
smoke
one
with you.
here, and we got an extra one. Good, bro. Good to see you. Nice to see you.
Mark, how much time have we been on? I'm about to put in my 12th battery.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We got Dave's in Amsterdam, JLo's in Hawaii. See, this is like we're all over the place today.
Dave, nice. I'm jealous.
I know, right?
It's nice out today, though.
Can they see me right here or no?
They can see you. Oh, maybe. Yeah, they can
No.
see. No.
He just
maybe.
got to move over to the middle seat. Sit in JLo's seat.
Yep.
So we need to set a second mic up, or we can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. Well,
Okay.
I was gonna have him probably film and then probably jump in.
Whatever.
Or
Okay.
whatever.
Either or. It's all good. So we're
Who do
excited.
we have in the studio,
We got
Adam?
Jayson. I always get your name. It's
Hi,
Vezosa,
Jayson.
right?
Vezosa, yeah.
Yeah. But somehow it's like I stumble on it every time in my
Well,
mind.
you know, if somebody
Like it was-
doesn't have your name exactly right, have you ever corrected him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm the worst. I'm the worst at saying the wrong thing. But it was also funny because I was trying to do and like it was so hard to like memorize the way to spell it too for some reason. It's got I don't know. It's got like a built-in thing of making you fuck you up. You're like, is it VEZZ? Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's too much. Like, even when you repeat it to someone back, they're like, hold on, OSO?
OSO?
OSO.
I swear
When you
to
have the
God.
A in it, it's not such a bad deal because, it's not so bad if your name's spelled wrong or someone thinks your name's Dave.
Yeah, that's what they usually think, Dave. Dave's pretty much your most common name. Oh, hey, Dave, what's going on? How you doing down there?
That's Bob. You meant Bob. Bob.
That's
So
like the
get headphones
HLVD.
here so you can hear these guys because otherwise you don't hear them.
I hear everybody call HLVD like HPLVD, HLVD, and then there's like 20 other names that I think that I don't know, the tricky one I think for people.
You know, it was funny. It was in the industry with when Botanicare was super popular. I would because you get Pure Blend Pro, right? Try to say Pure Blend Pro 10 times really fast. It's fucking impossible. I was like, this is it. At the trade show, you guys need to like have a big jar that biggest fucking amount you can get. You say it 10 times perfectly, you can have this, and it's impossible. It's like you start stumbling. You're like plur. Even on the first one, you're all Pure Blend Pro. I can't say Pure Blend Pro.
Pure Blend
Pro.
Just give me a second here. Hold on. Start the clock, Mark.
Go.
Pure Blend. Fuck. What is it again?
Pro.
Pure Blend Flow. Pure
Pro.
Blend Flow.
Pro.
What?
Pro.
Pure Blend. Pure
I
Blend
want to go
Pro.
back to that last P.
Pure Blend Pro.
Say it. Go.
Pure Blend Pro.
Faster.
Faster.
Pure Blend
Better.
Pro.
Faster.
That was 111. That wasn't 3.
That was terrible.
JLo is in Hawaii.
Yeah, Kona. So,
Oh, can I ask?
what? What are you asking?
Hi, guys.
What?
Can I ask really
Aloha.
fast because somebody was asking about the test that you did, Adam, at
that?
your house
Oh
with
God.
the HLVD?
Yeah, it was bad.
Is
It was bad.
well,
It was a
I think
bad-
it'd be like that for everybody.
It
But
is.
was it
What, you failed
like
the rabbit test, Adam?
Not rapid
it just-
test. There's no rapid test. You have to do. It's PCR, bro.
I said rabid.
Oh,
was it
rabbit.
difficult for you
Rabbit.
to take the samples, Adam, and like
No.
do you have to send it back to the lab?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like,
You send them in. You have to send them in because there's no like on-site way to do it. You have to get. It has to go
Okay.
back to a lab. Takes 36 hours. Super clean, really easy. Thing is, what you do is you do six samples per plant, right? You're doing three pedioles where you basically go to the top of the plant, middle of the plant, bottom of the plant, pull a leaf off of each of those, cut a little section of the pediole, drop it into the vial. Then you go to your roots and you basically go like one end of, pick one side of the pot, grab some roots, take a little piece off, then go to the do it in thirds and kind of go on each side. And then basically you kind of cover it all, and then it's homogenized into one sample, and that gives you a pretty good indicator because it's mostly in the roots, right? That's like where there's not much in the tips. So if people take just samples on the tips, they're never going to figure it out. They're going to, dude, I'm cool, I'm clean. You're like, no, you're not clean. Just test the fucking roots. Oh yeah, dirty as fuck. And that's, I think it's a blessing though to find out and to be able to eliminate shit that because I literally was on the fence with certain plants where I'd be like, and it's like, oh, that's it, that's out, gone, gone.
Wait, so you have the
Root of the
plague?
problem.
Oh yeah, everybody does. Everybody has the plague. It pretty much.
Definitely.
Like if
Was
you're
it
For real.
if you've been transferring clones and if you've been in a kind of commercial thing, it's probably a 90%. Like 90% of all grows in California have it, so that's pretty good. If you got 90%, that's a pretty fucking high. Home grows, depending on how much you've, passed around or whatever, then you probably have it too. And it's the worst part is that because we all thought alcohol killed it, we were just spreading it even further, because if you could see it like with goggles and you could see it kind of getting separated, it would literally just be like, oh, you hit it with alcohol and now it spreads out like oil, and it just goes into everything. So now you've just made it even worse. So there was a lot.
Fucking kidding me? Really?
I'm telling you, it's fucked up.
Was it expensive for you to do, like, if people that have a lot of strains, Adam, is it reasonably priced for you?
It's $25 a test, and obviously a lot cheaper if you're doing enough of them, and it's 100% worth it. Yeah, because the thing is, it doesn't take much to, once you just basically clean it up, then you test again, then you'll see what you've done. If you've hopefully, you've reduced it by X amount, then you do it again. It takes three good rounds of testing before you can kind of get to the point where you're like, all right, you know the direction you're at. you probably have a few isolated things. But the key is just to not sharing any of the runoff. Like the problem is that like I would suggest people just get off of aerocloners entirely unless you're like that incompetent at making clones. Like you got to use it. Like I can't do it, because easy cloners are great. They work great, but they're also like these incredible pathogen passing devices, right? So you've got,
absolutely.
I got 20 different strains, and now they all got whatever it is. They all have it now.
I heard the same thing about the fountain drinks at the,
Yeah,
the same thing about the fountain drinks at the fast food places. They just don't clean.
I bet.
Clean those things out, so that it holds a lot of
for
bad
sure
stuff. You don't.
Oh, it's like the candy machines that you put like a nickel in or a quarter in to get the nuts out of those things. I had somebody show me the inside of one once. Holy fuck! Never eat any food products out of any of those fucking things ever again.
What, you don't like dusty nuts for a quarter?
Dusty nuts.
Fuck, who?
Salted
How does
dusty
that's my name?
nuts.
Yeah, you're giving out his name. That's just his tag.
That's my old rap name.
Dusty Nut Dave. Damn. That's my bad.
So let's talk about the Connoisseur Cup and Dave's house and all that good shit. So you are Dave, I assume. We're not. Who? No. Where's Dave? Where's Dave?
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's never.
Dave's there.
Dave is here.
Dave is
Dave's
there.
on the screen
Because I read
over
some
there.
really weird thing the other day, and I was like looking through, and they were interviewing Dave, and I was like, is there really a Dave? Like I was like, I don't remember. Because I always thought of you as the guy, and then I was like, wait a minute. This says Dave specifically. Like I was interviewing Dave, and
we brought a lot. It's ironic, some of the people that fit into play like just end up being named Dave. So I think that's thrown some people off as well.
And it's going to confuse people next week when we're not like because that's how it is. Everybody like people like last time they were like Dave's house. Like is your Dave's house? I'm like no, not my Dave's house. Dave's house. Dave's house. So.
Absolutely. When we started doing those parties, about 15 years ago, when Extract Games was going on in Aspen, me and my partner Sean McDonald, we were throwing a lot of these weed parties while the Extract Games was going on, and we weren't going to tell the address or where it was. So he came up with, we'll call it Dave's house. So everybody's looking for Dave's house, and unless you were invited or got the specific email, you didn't know how to get there. So he was never there.
And Dave's not here, man.
And it's stuck.
Dave. Yeah, absolutely.
Dave's not here.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
I still got to go to shoot that commercial.
And like I was saying in the description, I mean, you guys are obviously dedicated more than most, because the thing with cannabis events is every time you learn something, like every time you do it, you're like, we could do that better, we could do this better, right? But the problem is if there's a huge gap, you never implement
it. The game's changed before you started.
Yeah, and maybe you're like, oh, that would have made sense back then, but nobody even does that anymore. Forget about it. So I think you guys were doing what I always say is the best way to fucking do it is consistency, right? Like if you just keep doing it, doesn't matter if it worked or didn't work or panned out or didn't pan out, or as long as you don't want to fucking make it a burden.
Are you familiar with the judging process and actually what we do on a daily at Dave's house?
We're gonna get into that, but I do know that you guys do it like very I wouldn't say religiously, but you have
8 months starting in October, and we don't end until May 20th.
Yeah, so I was saying, you guys are just like, it's like back to back. Like that was just, that was nothing. That was just a little pre-round to the pre-round. You're like, okay, because usually everybody puts it all into one. You know what I mean?
If you're going to say it's a Connoisseur Cup, by the time you get to it, it better be a Connoisseur Cup. And one of the things we realized is, talking to a lot of the people that have been in, pre-major cups before and have worked really closely with them, was a lot of the problems that we wanted to fix and not have that same issue, and there was just really no way to do it in a weekend or a month or
that's the problem. It's usually like if you have like we got like look at Emerald Cup does a good job because they start a month, they start long ahead, but in general it's like here's 127 samples, you got 48 hours, it's just like it's
the brain, the body can't handle it.
Yeah, and the thing is, we talk about on the show a lot. There's like sweet spots for certain people. Like they don't realize that they're in that sweet spot because it's like just when you're like starting to give everybody a little more of a break because you've already been a little hard on everybody out the gate because you're like, this sucks. And then later you're like, well, actually, that wasn't so bad because if that's considered better than that, and he starts changing all of your numbers and he makes you get all confused because you're like, well, we have to go back and change it all now because if that's a 9, that means everything else has got to move up a notch. You know?
And it's crazy. And just like, like if you have, several jars that you have just at your house sitting out, the jar that your body and your brain tells you to go to more frequently and on a regular, that's the ones that's, registering to you more so. So you can't really, you have to break it down. And that's why, we have, Monday through, Saturday judging every single day. So, you can come through there and you could judge, 6 days a week if you wanted, but you don't have to do 6 strains each time. You could do 1, 2, or 3 or wherever, your sweet spot's at. But we recommend everybody, our official judges starts their day off with their first high of the day, really gets to smell out each nostril. Like everything is, completely blind. So there's no packaging or names on it whatsoever. They all just get the same jar with, number, that's, 76.
Is that a Smokus Focus?
No, this is our sponsor, Mason Bright. And we want them. We really like the glass containers on these.
This is glass, not plastic. Like the Smokus Focus.
Wow.
All plastic.
They keep a nice seal, and it's just a really great way to judge the flower.
It's like a Tropicana cookie smell almost. Right?
See, he could be a judge.
I could be a judge.
He's been a judge. Yes.
I could be a judge.
He's a great judge.
It's Tropicana cookies.
Can we see the box a little bit closer, Adam?
What's that?
It looks so nice.
The box?
Yeah, JLo needs to see the box in Hawaii.
I'm sorry, it looks really
Could you bring the
pretty.
box to Hawaii for JLo? So
Yeah,
she can see it?
808.
There you go. Oh.
Oh, that's so nice.
Which box are you
you got the
talking
cameras.
about?
This one. There you go, right there. Boom. There you go.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, each one is, this is the 21 to 45, so you'll have 25 entries. So you get to go through, and whichever one registers to your nose, and we recommend taking the left nostril, the right nostril, so they cross as hemispheres of your brain.
What if your brain's like a lot of people don't have a right or a left nostril? It's like,
What if I'm left-handed?
I got
Suck
one.
it right into your reptilians.
Check your third eye, straight to your third eye.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome, and I love
Thank you.
presentation's huge, but also integrity. You know what I mean? Like
The functionality. Yeah.
well,
this is people's medicine. You gotta
Dave and I
do
have been
the right thing with it.
Dave and I have literally judged contests where they handed us. And there's like, dude, this has all the names of the people like on it. They're like, how can you do that? You can't do that. You know what I mean? It was just like
let's cross them to the sponsors and see if there's any correlation.
it was like, this is kind of ridiculous, and they just left it in the original packaging. I thought this was so stupid. And there's some, I guess, when you're judging packaging, yes, that makes sense. But when you're judging the actual product, the minute you've put a name to it or anything, you've biased it.
Doing it blind's cool because we have done the opposite, where we did put just the packaging out and seen what the scores of numbers was, and it's definitely affected.
Oh yeah,
100%.
It's. I mean, that's what marketing is, right? Marketing is designed to affect your judgment when it comes to things.
It
works.
works.
And with cannabis, it seems to work.
But it doesn't work
well.
on the long haul, and that's what the Connoisseur is about. This isn't a one-time kind of show-off thing. It's not about bougie or money. This is about being able to make the best, choices to live the best life, and that's a process,
Yeah, well, and then so this is how many years? Did you say 50?
Well, we've been doing the, just the party and that stuff for almost 12 years, and officially we went into the city hall and we did our first one the year after High Times wasn't really so much invited back, but we went into and through the city hall 2016, so that was our 2015 season. Right. In 2016 we got the retractable roof at city hall and got Afro Man and Little Flip and Dev and Jack Rare's kid and the whole nine, and it was quite a bit of fun. I guess that's probably what birthed Sensi Night as well too, I think.
Right.
I feel like people
just
don't
minus
realize
the smoking side, right? They forgot the smoking part.
They forgot
They're
the
like,
work and the smoke. But
you're like
they're catching back up.
You're like, yeah.
Juicy's helping them.
They're like, retractable roofs are cool. You're like, no, it's about the weed. The weed is that is the part.
That's why we're here.
Oh, that was at the club. I was at that spot. What was it called again? That with the.
The
City Hall.
mellow?
City Hall.
Oh,
Yeah,
City Hall, yep.
yeah. Because when you say City Hall, you think
the
you were at the City Hall and smoking weed, and I was like, no, that was the club City Hall. Remember that? That place was monstrous. It was so big that when you were there, you were like opened up a. What? There's another whole room here? Like, oh yeah, there's another giant. It was such a crazy place.
And then you weren't allowed to advertise at all. Like you couldn't tell one person. Like you risked the whole thing being shut down. So,
I mean, it's been. I mean, Colorado,
Oh, I know about
the landscape here in Denver has been rough. I mean, it has been one of the hardest places to do events and like do them the way you want to do them, right? Because I mean, we were lucky with Hood Lab. We managed to squeak through all the time, and I think it was just because we were kind of like, you know, try to cover most of our bases, and we never advertised ever saying weed or anything because we knew that that's just how you're going to fucking get shut down, right? So it was a very unspoken rule. Everybody knew. You come to the Hood Lab, you're going to get high, you're going to smoke. It's not going to work. We never said, we didn't do an AJ hash man, like, go on down, we got, and then you're like, dude, that's how you get your ass shut down.
He actually copied and pasted our first cup and then got shut down.
Exactly. So there is a finesse to doing cannabis events. Absolutely. And obviously you probably, like we all have run into these like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And you're like, there's people coming here in like 6 hours and you're telling me this now? You mean we've been dealt the worst hands because technically speaking, we're not supposed to be doing what we're doing if we followed the letter of the law. But if you did, then we would never progress. You know what I mean? So,
and that's where, you know, we used that structure. That is what created the Dave's House structure. And, you know, we sat down with the lawyers and all that. There's absolutely nothing they can do in this private setting. So, you know, when it's invited from a private person at a private location, there's absolutely nothing they can do. And we used to laugh all the time because usually the only tickets were bought by like cops or snitches or whatever, because we could see right on there what their names was. They came in and they were the only one, and they were the only one that didn't really want to judge and smoke the entries. They wanted to bring some home, but like, why do you want to bring some home? You know, it's all here to smoke. Like, we're not here doing that. We're here to judge. And it's so funny. Everybody just putting a dab rig in their face and over until they either do it and leave or whatever. But like, it's been the joke for sure. I mean, now at least
you just walk up to the guy and say, "Listen, I have a legal question."
We've had our share of guys rolling into Hood Lab back in the day. You just look at their shoes. That was our number one thing. You like look at the shoes. You see 3 guys with the same shoes on. You know, there's something wrong.
Arms crossed.
Arms crossed. Exactly.
Who's not smiling? And yeah, it kind of goes back to what my cousin thought when we were little kids. Is he thought that the weed smell was the good person scent. He thought happy people smelled like weed.
That's a good one. That's awesome. That's a killer fucking instinct right there.
You can weed out a lot of people.
For sure.
Yep.
Well, speaking of High Times jumped the shark when Danny Danko and I went to a High Times Cannabis Cup in Portland, and it was a non-consumption event.
How does that work?
That's pretty low times.
Low times.
It sounds like no times.
No times.
Exactly, right?
Why did I
go?
And no.
Well, and it's just you can't use the fact of, you know, doing a cup or the allure of weed. Like, you know, the plant doesn't like to be used, and, you know, like, you could go so far, but it's probably not going to let you use it a second time or a third, not in the same manner, at least. So
yeah, I always think about that with like edible products, because I think so many people who have the wrong intentions try to create edibles.
You're eating that intention.
And then it's like, it all comes with it's all part of the deal. And a lot of times it would be the cannabis being pissed off that it's gotten bottled up and packaged up, and so it'll just be like, oh yeah, hold my beer, right? And it's like all of a sudden the packaging is like falling apart because of the thing, and you don't realize what's going on, and like, oh, it's something reacted. I don't know, it all separated and something went wrong, and it's like, it's because it doesn't want to be.
Energy is
it didn't want to be bottled and turned into like a new, you know, it's like Keef Cola when that first came out. Everybody was like, you got to shake it while you drink it, or something like, you know, it was so
heavy hash taste in your mouth.
It was just like literally like you looked at it and went, like, there's hash in here. Like, that's not how it works. You don't just put hash into a drink and magically it works. You know what I mean? There has to be some sort of emulsification, right? And it was like they weren't at that level yet. They were just sort of like, oh, you put green stuff in there and it worked. It's Keef Cola. I says right on the name, Keef Cola. Yeah. You're like,
energy intention is so much.
Shake well.
In 2011, you were hard-pressed to find any 2-liter bottles of soda at any King Soopers, Safeway, or Albertsons in the greater Denver area, because all the companies would just buy the soda and mix up they didn't even bother making their own soda. They just bought it off the shelf and threw in their additive and rebottled it, and that was
We've come a long
soda.
way.
And then you wonder why it's like syrup when you got it, right? You're like, there's no bubbles in here. It's like, oh yeah, we The bubbles were when we transferred it from
Don't worry about that.
A to B. We kind of fucked up.
Totally. But it goes so much further than that. Like the intention of it. Like if you've ever taken like 2 jars of white rice and water and the same thing, write love on one, write hate on another, put one on one section of your house where you go say nice, beautiful things to it every day, let go to the other one and talk nothing but shit to it. The one that you talk nothing but shit
Don't
is
let
gonna
Dave
turn
hear any of this
brown
because
and go
Dave now
rotten
realizes what we're doing
weeks,
to him.
Weeks before. It's pretty amazing. But it's cool like to set up for your kids to see the power of words and thoughts and intentions.
It's for sure. No, it's for sure.
And so when you're growing and you got these weird thoughts, and like a lot of times people's first grow is awesome because they're just, wow, I love this plant. This is so fun. This is great. I'm giving medicine for myself and my family. And then they did real well. Then they're like, oh, cool. I can make this much times this much times this much.
And then
bye.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
I'm just thinking about how much better our show is all the time with having JLo sitting in the upper corner in fucking from Hawaii.
It's a vibe
I
for
mean,
sure.
this doesn't hurt
Maybe
the
you could
show.
pass
I'm
me
just
an
saying.
umbrella drink.
Yeah.
It's such a nice environment. I wish you guys were here.
It's nice.
She didn't even tell us she was going. She just like all of a sudden is in Hawaii.
Smart.
Like, what are you? Where are you? Like, why is there a palm
Because
tree
she knows
behind
we
you?
would have
There was
made
an
fun
open
of her.
porthole and I jumped.
Right.
guys
But
would've
she
made
was just
fun of
there.
me.
Oh, what? When were you there last? What? 2 weeks ago? A month ago?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Wow, that's
Like,
gl-
who turns around and goes right back? I mean,
that's that good kind of gluttonous.
like, wait, you were
Oh
just
no,
there.
that's the impulse buy that literally cost her a set of boobs.
Yeah, she could have got
Right
boobs
there.
and now she's stuck with.
Dude, I'll take a tan over big boobs any day.
I could have paid Excel over this.
Oh, there's your choice.
Damn with bills.
Damn Excel, sons of bitches.
I wish you guys were here.
So let's talk about next week, how it's rolling and what's it looking like, and I mean is this so? Would this to be another chapter, or is this like how does it work out with the Connoisseur Cup?
Wow, I can hear it clearly now.
I got you.
Everything's an echo now.
I was like, wow. I got
think
you.
I liked it better.
Yeah,
with the
probably.
outside
Yeah,
out.
yeah. That's the way Mark and I use them too.
Oh, you were DJing. That's what you're doing.
Yeah,
You were
total
DJing.
DJ.
Now that definitely felt like I was in a fishbowl for a sec. Now that I'm used to this one, shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you though. I appreciate it.
So is this like a chapter, or is this like the 2023 finals?
So
Not
this
really.
is the culmination of where the build up to the finals. So in October we start off with Pottoberfest, enter on the first, and the entries on the last of the month. We judge it for a full month, and then we go Thanksgiving, November, Bud Tenders Ball, December, extract games in January, Dabentine's in February. Then March, this is March Dabness, and we call it like the Final Four. So this is like the final chance to get your entries in and actually qualified in here, and it's a big deal to have it qualified.
This is like the proper. That's to get qualified. We've already gone through 8 events.
we have all those that are qualified, and if you just went from that section, like there's not enough of that connoisseur quality to be considered that, and there's not enough time as well too, like for people to enter. Some people are not ready with their crop in the same amount of time.
I mean, that's always the killer is when you have
Timing.
a specific date and stoners. It just doesn't work. Like you're like, hey guys, okay, I'm giving you 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like. And then they're like, oh, 6 months, cool. I won't even think about
Plenty
it
of
for the next
time.
3
Plenty of
months.
time.
And then you're like, no, you should probably do it now. And then you have a few months to cure it.
Got
And then
plenty
they're
of
like,
time.
no, I'm good. And then all of a sudden they're like rushing. Right? And then at the end, it's like, like you didn't tell them 6 months ahead. You're like, I told you 6 months ahead. Like that's all you have to. The worst cups is when I see people do stuff where like they'll announce it and it's within a 3 month time frame. It makes no like fucking Dougie's doing with his New York shit. It's just like cup after cup after cup. Now he's just doing them like bam. And I'm just like, you got to give people a little bit of time because otherwise you're just going to come with the sort of like, unless you do, like I always thought would be smart though, to do is not from a if it's a personal grower that's like fucking them up, but if it's from a commercial, they should be ready at any given moment. So it's almost like a surprise cup for dispensaries,
absolutely,
to kind of test their shit and be like, oh,
we
like
like
otherwise
to,
people front load everything.
Once they
you know
qualify in an early qualifier, we like to have them get into a couple more qualifiers and the finals as well. There's nothing to see like consistency, and if they can keep producing that same product, and that's actually more of a requirement that we do have with like a lot of the rec and the medical. Like, they usually do enter once in October, once in the middle. And
so what you could do, since you got a reputation already and you've already got clientele and you already know people, what you could do is basically say, sign up for for this cup we're going to do. We're not telling you the date though. It's sometime in 2024, right?
Yeah.
And you sign up and you pay your thing and you get in there. And basically we are going to come to you on one day and say, all right, you got 24 hours to manifest these samples to our spot.
Like,
and then it's like the pressure's
Hell's
on.
Kitchen
Yeah,
style,
yeah, exactly. Because then you get people, you catch them at their weird because that's the thing is what I hated about cups in Amsterdam, for instance, was, I mean, I loved it because I didn't want it to be more than once a year, but I did kind of hate it because I noticed like the whole year no one's doing shit, and then a month before the cup, everyone's like, "Hey, you got any weed? Got any weed? Got any good weed? Who's got the best weed? What's that?" So all of a sudden, everybody's buying all the best weed to stock up, so they look really good when the tourists roll in for that week, and then they kill it, and then right after the cup's over, or it's back to normal, and they're like, "Hey, where's all that fucking good weed you had?" "Oh no, that was the cup." You know, so I was like, that shouldn't be the way it should be. It should actually be like, if you're a consumer and you're going to fly into Amsterdam and you want to smoke the best weed, the best way to find out is to see who would win that via, you know, so that'd be something you guys could think about.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why we don't do it just as like a cup or a party. It's a whole lifestyle, and that's why it is that long.
And you're kind of more focused on home.
Day.
You're more focused on home growers too, or
no,
kind of a combination.
It's very equal. There's the rec, the med, and the cagever
But they have their own categories.
Yes,
obviously you can't like go against.
Yeah, well, and I mean the points, we have all the points that we get to see, you know, how they rate in comparison, you know, but you know, the numbers, you know, throughout the board, you know, like the home growers are, you know, slightly higher than, you know, everything else across the board, and everybody thought it wouldn't be fair to a lot of the home growers to compete with the industry.
Actually, the opposite.
And it's very, very opposite.
I was going to say you have your hands are way more tied on a commercial operation, and also because you're thinking on a scale that you're like, well, we have to be able to repeat this. We can't just be like magic sauce every time, you know what I mean? Which is like, of course, in homegrown you can do a lot more ferments, a lot more, you know, things that would probably not pass microbial if you were to test. And that's the problem with the whole testing.
Not just a new batch of clones, like you've dedicated and stabilized and dedicated your life to a marriage instead of a Gumar.
And of course, with anything commercial, it is literally like, no matter what, when you get to a certain point, you're not, it's like if you have one kid, you're going to take care of them really good. If you have 40 kids, you're going to have a hard time. Hey, where is that kid anyway? He's gone. We lost it. So you're always going to lose like the edges. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell everybody is like, if you have a grow that's big enough, once you can't reach across and get to the other side, you're going to lose something. Like, so you have to be able to reach in and be able to get to all the plants
and underneath
and then go to the other side and reach in and come from the minute you go beyond that, you're fucked. Like,
I think that's cool that you say that, because commercial grows, like even the Botanicare trays and all that stuff are always done by like 4 foot and 5 foot in width, like commercially, you know?
Yeah.
And just like you said, it's crazy to me because ideally I think you'd want almost 2 foot so that you could actually access like your plants.
Well, as long as your tables move and you can get to the other side and all that good stuff. It's just kind of like, it's all about access.
It's a real obstacle.
But if you see all these triple stack grows and stuff, I'm always like, you know, all I'm seeing is nooks and crannies for everything to fucking live, and you have somewhere you got to
catch a problem, then you're got a major problem.
And I see
city of might,
and I just see like 3 layers of kind of bullshit compared to one good layer. You know what I mean? One solid, and of course, if you grow a plant, it's like, you know, a 10-foot plant, which you can easily do indoors. If you have a 14, 16-foot ceilings, you can grow an 8-foot plant, no problem. Especially when you're doing for extracts, that's what you like. Those are the rooms that you see that actually put out, like, okay, they're putting out washers. They put out heavy washers, a lot of weight, all up and down the whole thing. You don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I've noticed. Thank you.
You are on the show. You are a guest, even though you don't look like it. You're actually supposed to be a co-host. Well, hello there.
I've noticed though, like with the staff too, is like, it's funny, but like commercially, you can have, you know, you have all these employees working in shared spaces, and like you'll have one employee say that really, really cares and is putting all this love and attention into detail and keeping everything tidy, trying their best, and then you have another guy working in that same room that doesn't give a shit.
on everything.
He's on his phone the whole time.
Bringing in bugs, doing whatever. Yeah. And I feel like people don't realize commercially, but you're combating so much of like that teamwork of truly all caring and like putting your best foot forward, which is really difficult, I think, compared to what
leadership and vibe starts at the top and goes down, and like you got to have that, and you got to make sure that everybody that's working with you is affected by it, or else, like you said, that's the edge of the garden. Those kids will go astray.
Yep.
Yes, and walls. It's weird, but I've seen every single grow I go into, the plants that are against the walls, like they can't. Just like you're saying, accessibility.
That's just bad design. That's just bad design out of the gate. Like nobody ever should have it. You should never go against the wall because they guaranteed you have problems because you can't see the other side of the plant. And the plants, that's where they're gonna. The bugs know that too. The bugs are like, if you hide right over here, he can't see you. You just sit on this one. You just wait about. Is he coming? All right, just hide behind this fucking thing. Yeah, hide behind this leaf,
first time
and you're good to go. But yeah, it's a struggle to follow. That's the thing too. We were saying about competing between like the home growers and the commercial growers. I mean, there's also limitations on what they can use, and there's also just cost restrictions. Absolutely. Like you can't use primordial solutions on a scale because it's fucking shit's so expensive. But when you're in a little thing, you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna
ball out,
fucking throw in. The plants are eating like caviar and fucking steaks every night. You know what I mean? Pretty much. And if you're on a scale, everybody's like, how much per plant? I don't want to pay more than $9 per plant for the entire cycle. You know what I mean? And you're like, ooh, you're really nickel and dime. I got you at like $10.50. You know what I mean? Cheaper. I need it cheaper. Okay, we'll cut out this. You know what I mean? And it's like, come on. So you're really now you're like, now you got them on like Nutrislim or something. Yeah, like I got my plants on Nutrislim.
Keto.
They're fucking.
Their line is the best line I've ever used. Like primordial solutions, like you said it, and they're so expensive.
It's good shit though. It's good shit.
It's so good.
Well, you get your value for money because when you grab it off the shelf and you go to pick it up, you're like, whoa, what the fuck is in this shit? Like, it's so heavy. It's like, it is weird. Like a little tiny thing weighs twice as much as it should. So it's fucking solid.
Solid alchemy.
And when you put that sea green, oh my God, dude, that sea green, you put a tiniest bit in and you are like, it looks like you just blew out the washing machine with like a whole gallon of soap or something. It just, the top, it goes up from your reservoir, just keeps going up like a column of foam. You know, you're like, the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? It's like,
this isn't the watered down version.
But I love it though.
Those as compost teas commercially, like you said, it's hard because of testing and everything, but just to get it to draw out where you can use it is like a foliar feed, just a little, I don't know. That's one of my favorite products ever. We should get them involved in these projects.
Absolutely. If they would like a very nice setup and booth at the Baldoria this Friday, we would love to invite them. And really, we want to invite everyone that's relevant in this cannabis community industry. We're not trying to be number one. We're trying to represent and show the ones that are. And we don't want to blow smoke up anybody's ass. We want to show them the real deal. And regardless if it's a rec or a med or a caregiver, we want to give people the best information that they can go find the best stuff from that. And there are some good ones that are shown there, and if you are one of those good ones, it's time to quit talking loud and put your loud up and let's see how it does blindly. So let's see it. We will calling you out.
Your product speaks for itself.
Calling you out.
I wouldn't. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Just go ahead.
I keep doing this. I'm so sorry, guys. I competed though in the Rooster blind competition in 2013. Mm-hmm. And I placed first and third, actually, but it was like my favorite competition, just like you're saying, because this is way when everybody did know who was submitting for these competitions at any other cup, and this was the only one at the time that was blind, at least in Boulder.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
So who do you have from media, by the way, coming? Because I feel like I
think Adam Dunn, I believe.
I know. Well, we know us, but anybody else? Because I think to me, one of the things that I think works, especially from a appreciation point of view, is that if you get enough media people that are cannabis focused media people, and you give them an award to give to whoever, that almost means more to the people sometimes, because they know like those judges knew what the fuck was up. They were like the people that they respect because they were like write the articles. And I think that it seems like that got like
I
lost.
Guess let's hire you, Adam.
Well, that got lost in the shuffle back in the day when like they used to do that for High Times, and we would win that one almost every fucking time, right? Because they'd be like, yeah, once again, media award, Adam Dunn show, or not Adam Dunn show, it was THC's, and at the end, but people like didn't care about it, and I was like, no, this is the one you should care about. This is actually the people who that's all they do is write about weed all day long. So
absolutely.
don't you think they're gonna
We would love to
understand
invite
it
you to
better?
be a judge, all of you.
Yeah,
Please
no,
come judge with us.
No, we're down. We're down. We're all going
Come
to
out
come
and
as a
support.
crew. And actually, I have a friend of mine. Okay, you know Alan Schwartz, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alan Schwartz hits me up yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, man, I got a friend of mine in town. He's terminal, and I've been giving him Fico, and want to come hang out on the show with you guys or something like that." And I was like, you know what? I could do one better than that. I was like, how about you get your friend over to the Baldoria next week, and we'll make him a judge.
Perfect.
If he's terminal, he'll be like, this will be this fucking hurrah.
That's what's
this.
happening.
So we're gonna, so I said, I'll talk to. I said, I think he'll probably make it.
That's always a for sure. That's always a yes.
That's always a yes. Exactly.
It's a hell yes for me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's cool. So we're down to come help out and make that
Well,
work.
no, it's a hell yes, but he's got to promise to come back next year to judge it too.
That's right. That's right.
Definitely come back.
You know,
Yep, and then that's I think it's cool because he's an out of state guy. So for him, this is going to be like the fucking. He's coming from
the energy of
prohibition.
everybody's what he needs.
He's a prohibition. He's coming from a prohibition state. He's terminal, coming here to get Fico, and then we bring him to the thing. Yeah,
That's how that alchemy works. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. But
Right?
you get all those people together and all that energy.
Well, 'cause you know how good it'll be.
We can heal so easily.
Well,
in
you
so
know how
different
good it'll
ways.
feel for him, so you're already feeling it
Oh,
yourself.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
No, I get it too. I got it too.
Yeah, sweet.
maybe we could
We
go
all
a
got
step
it.
Energy's real. I
further.
love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe we could go a step further and take out a little fund me or something like that. Have a car pick him up at the airport. Fucking make
Absolutely.
sure that he's treated like he should be treated.
Yeah, well, I'll get in touch with them after, and we'll hook them up for sure, and see what they do need or no need.
Let us know what we can do to help.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. And then Devin the Dude. Let's talk about Devin. So is he gonna show up or is he gonna flake on you? He flaked on me. Now he flaked on me in 200007, right?
Shit.
Like in Amsterdam. Like I booked him and Redman, right? So I had him and Redman booked, and it was a kind of a classic too. I was with the guys from Seedless, right? So Seedless was supposed to bring in Slightly Stupid, and I was going to bring in Redman and Devin the Dude, and we were going to do a party together, and it was all like organized. Okay, that's cool. Had it all set up. They go, oh yeah, they got another gig. They can't do playing. I was like, what? So they're not showing up? Oh, that sucks. All right, well, we got Redman and Devin the Dude. We're good. And then like my friend pays for Devin's flight, and he pays for the hotel, everything, and for him and his manager. His manager gets on the flight. Yeah, Rico's on the fucking flight. And then they land and they go to pick him up and they're like, "Where's fucking Devin?" He's like, "Dude, he didn't make it." It's like, so you just got on the plane. He's like, I'm not missing a fucking flight to Amsterdam. Fuck that guy. So I think it's going to be a hilarious. It's going to be a fun meeting. So that was 2007, right? Then Then he was playing down at Consumption Park, and we were having the organizers on the show from that, and they were like, "Hey, we can get Devin the Dude," and I'm like, "Cool." Oh man, we were trying to get him on the show in 2000, and then he didn't show up.
Probably smoking weed with us.
And then we had another show after. We had another one. We're like, all right, he's going to come to this one. This is happening for sure, and it didn't happen again. So I'm like, all right, now he's going to be
in the car.
Well, I can guarantee that we've been super close friends for a really long time, and he does owe me a couple of those as well. But there's a big difference between paying the hosting stop by fee and paying the full on deal that goes to Rico and the deposit and the whole nine. So that's the ultimate lock.
And that's funny though. Well, the same. It's good that it's still Rico and it was Bex. So now we can because my friend.
I don't think Rico's supposed to know about this one though.
Don't tell him. It's okay. It's just us.
He can come too.
No, but in general, it's funny because my guy's from Houston. My friend Mike, and so he
Rodriguez or
no Mike Vaseman, Big Mike from. There's a million Big Mikes, right? But from Gas House.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so they're homies from way back, and it was just kind of like when I was gonna have him on the show, I told Mike, "Oh, dude, I could hit him up about that." And he's like, "Dude, don't bring that up. No, don't make it. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it." I was like, "No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal." And I said I won't make him feel bad. I was like, I just want him to just get the vibe. Like we were waiting on you for 15 years.
Yeah, let's do it.
And what's even funnier is I got a fucking. I put the photo of him sitting next to the plant. Smoking, looks like he's smoking a joint basically. He's just holding, he's not even really smoking a joint, I don't think. Oh, maybe he is, but anyway, I got dinged for that picture.
Flag, yeah.
And I was like, really? I was like, I have so many other things. now I'm getting in trouble because of him. All right.
It's crazy. Yeah, just put your hand like that. Like that was enough.
And that was close enough. It was like, that got me dinged. I was like, really? Of all the things we ever put up, that's getting us in trouble?
We've been dinged, and I've been had my account shut off every single 4 days before every event ever. My banned. It's just clockwork. I don't even plan. It's one of the reasons why we just been like, well, screw posters, screw social media, screw everything. If you know, you're gonna know, because this is 8 years, and it's the best of the best. Like, you can't say it's that and go that long without it being that. So if you want it, come on and join. It's open, it's easy, but like, you got to make that decision that it is a connoisseur. It's a lifestyle. It's a commitment to doing
so
a little better.
let's talk about the last time we were there too, because that was fun, and it was fun, and it was dramatic.
We were talking about that in the walkthrough today. Fucking Nathan Shorter.
Was the same chick there, the lady?
The older lady? Yeah. No, she isn't, but she'll be there on Friday.
Oh my God,
she's in charge.
She
little
was
Sicilian firecracker.
Well, yeah. So remember when we had Willie with you playing with it? Remember we had Willie? So Willie was like the last guy there, and she was yelling at Willie like he had done everything right. And Willie's just like, I'm just with the band, man.
You need to get all this packed up.
She's like, you gotta pack all this stuff. Oh, it was.
Well, that was the second time we set the fire alarms off and brought 7 fire trucks out twice.
Yeah, they weren't happy. They were not happy.
We've made some adjustments, and we've talked about that.
But I remember when I walked in that time.
Wait. You made some adjustments? You mean you have 32 shower caps?
Well, we don't allow people to come in and do 40-gram world record distillate dabs.
That's what was going on. Exactly what was going on.
That's what set it off.
And I remember that it was like, you guys were in that first little area to the left, that kind of sunken zone.
He was trying to finish it.
And it was like, and I looked up, and I was like, oh, that's not good. It was like going straight up in a column to the fucking thing. We were talking about it earlier on the show before you guys got here. I was like, oh, yeah.
It wasn't bad till the end, and then it just the smoke just got intense.
It was strange, too, because
all the stuff that was in them, the whole 40 grams inhaled all came out once or something.
What the fuck does that, though? What's the fucking point of that? That's
he wanted to prove there wasn't an overdose.
And who was that guy's name again?
Nathan Shorter. Tall guy. Yeah.
I know.
But he was trying to do some stuff, proving you can't overdose and
then
do some things. But I think he's not super happy with the move. He's definitely it was hard on him. It definitely wasn't an easy experience.
He was like, wait a minute, what have I done?
4 grams is a big dab, but 40. And I mean, if you go look at the video, if you look up the
distillate,
he inhaled every bit of it like a boss.
That's the Glob Squad.
They're not wasted. Like, he fucking did that dab.
Right. It wasn't like people just huffing, and then hold the last bit, and then like, yeah, I did it. You're like, well, yeah, I just coasted through it. I don't know.
But yeah, that shut down one hell of a party, because we were just getting super into it.
No, I remember.
Wasn't Snoop Dogg headed over there?
I had rumors that Snoop Dogg was on his way over there as well.
You can say it now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he was coming. He was coming.
If he's not in the door, he probably smoked a joint with the firefighters.
Did you ever go through a phase where you tried to take the biggest dabs that you could take every time you took a dab?
To me, that's
that's
ninja,
just taking a dab.
That's
right?
me ninja dabbing myself with a 0.4. I'm not as extreme as some people.
That is amazing. I remember when dabs were first becoming a thing. My younger brother was because he's my brother, he'd peer pressure like a mother trucker. So he'd be like, dude, you got to take this like a real woman. And he would pour it on the thing, and I would throw up every time, and he'd be like, throw it to your pussy.
That's
you
awesome.
can do it.
We're breaking through the realm.
We were watching the first episode of this show. What was that guy's name again, Vinny? The mega dab guy that was on our show. He's the first guest we ever had.
Not Mountain Man, was it? No.
Oh, I forget. Yeah, he was
Mega Dab Guy.
Mega Dab Guy.
Let's see what
he had his own torch. He had his own torch
back
in the day. He was one of the guys doing. Yeah, beardy.
Mountain Man.
Yeah, he had his own torches and stuff.
James Callahan.
Exactly. Yeah. So he was my first guest on the show, and it was just kind of that was the time. It was 2013, November 2013. So it was that was the golden age of ridiculous snake dabs and stupid shit. And if you could look back in time, you'd be like, "Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Stop. Look at it. Look what you're doing. No, you don't do it."
And there's so much waste. It's that 750-degree hot nail.
Oh no, yeah, at least a minimum.
Dropped right on it.
Yeah, it was red hot and everything.
Man.
I used to use MAP gas. MAP gas to take my dad and count down.
What's going on? Huh?
Yeah.
Not classy.
No, the temperatures, you know, the big thing.
What was
like,
his name again? What was the kid's name again?
Which one?
The torch guy?
Oh, Mountain Man.
He said Mountain Man, but he thinks it's someone else.
James
Callahan. Was that it? Yeah, the big dude.
Oh.
He was, yeah.
Okay.
We need to have him come back on the show, and I bet he can't take a dab like that.
I think he switched.
He's got a cane. He's walking with a cane now. He's all, yeah.
He's probably actually in the mountains, looking like a real mountain man, I believe. Probably. He was about that life for sure.
No,
that's impressive.
I think, it's now. I mean, it's evolved so much. What have you seen as far as trends when it came to? Because I mean, I feel like Colorado always has a slight advantage just when it came to extracts compared to like just the same amount of as they had against them when it came to flowers, right? Like we have everything against us when it comes to like keeping terps in the fucking flower and making it and getting it to point A to B to C or D, and it never makes it that far before it's just like. Whereas like Cali had the kind of like better bud preservation conditions, right? So they could keep everything around. Wasn't such a problem. But when it came to extracts, I always felt like we always were superior because it seems like
crushed them.
They were always a little contaminated, a little bit fucking too much moisture in there. We have this high altitude, low moisture, beautiful fucking
super dry out here.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, but what I did notice and what was interesting was we were on this whole slab tip back in the day, which was like not the way to go because it was all locked up. Everything, there was no terps, right? They were pretty much, we killed terps on those things. And then in Cali, everybody had this like soupy shit, right? And it was almost like I didn't like it at first, but now it seems that is the way the reality kicked in where it's like, well, this means that the strains had more fucking terps.
We thought that it wasn't
some greasy, soupy type.
Yeah, and it's like it's literally the wax to terp ratio is how I'd look at it, because a lot of strains, especially with rosin, you'll see it pretty quickly. Like, oh, this produces this produces that. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, this one is oil and this one's all wax. And what do you want to smoke? You want to smoke oil, obviously. But have you noticed the change in the consistencies and things that you?
Yeah, people are definitely evolving it. What's cool is like we usually see the trends before they even really hit the market. So a lot of the entries get entered before they're even big. And it was huge into the shatter. Then all of a sudden, the diamonds came out, and the diamonds, it was so huge. And then it was, all the terps, and it switched into that. Yeah. And then it was the color of the diamonds, the lighter, the better. And so that was, ran for quite a while until they started bringing up the CRC, and then people were loving the CRC tech at first just because of the visual color.
Don't tell Dave about CRC tech. You don't want to hear. You don't want to hear about it.
And then the next season, the last season,
all about it.
The last season,
the problem with the CRC was the problem with CRC was if it's good, it should never go into CRC.
Yeah,
like there's no reason to ever.
I remember paying $60 for some white CRC diamonds that sold out instantly when they dropped them up in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, but they were flavorless.
Well, it's the evolution of the consumer.
It was just the look, the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I was working at Harmony. They were selling their diamonds for 120 a gram when I was their head grower. And it's crazy because you see the same hash now for $30.
$30 holla.
Absolutely. Well, then the last season, what we noticed is people are almost on the witch hunt. So they're having a hard time telling between a rosin or a CRC, which is awesome because we want them to really get into it. Like, and if you put your nose in it, like, are you smelling fucking awesome essence of life? Or are you smelling Diet Sprite? So like you got to be able to figure that out. But it was a witch hunt that was just against that and looking for rosin. So people are really moved towards that at least 4-star, but like hoping for the 5 or the 6-star rosin, and it's out there. It doesn't get shared a whole lot.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things.
We're blessed with great rosin on the show, but tell them about 2 weeks ago when Telly did the same same batch.
Yes, Telly's he's here right now. He's in the room. But we did a side by side, the classic BHO versus rosin story. But hands down, BHO fucking kills it. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to like if you really want
getting smacked in the forehead.
Yeah, and also flavor and all of the above. I mean, it checks all
notes.
And the thing is, that's the thing is like I know rosin's great. But it's also the amount of energy that goes into it and the amount of waste and time, and it's like if you start looking at like, dude, you got to make fucking really good bubble hash. That's already a fucking
task
You gotta
and
grow
a
really
half.
good weed
It's already
first.
like
Yeah,
too
you gotta
much.
get that
That's
good
enough
weed.
to stop you from doing it because you know what's ahead, right? You're like, it's 5 hours, no matter what I do, starting from now, and you pull that first fucking thing out, and you're just like, and you're in the grind, right? But then when it comes to and then rosin, that's just, and then the funny part is that guys who are like, there's people who are only doing one specific job, you know what I mean? And I'm like, really, you got to be like doing it all. But those people that do the specifics, of course, because they're doing specific, they're really good at that one thing, right? They're nailing it. But then they have to be fed this material, and where's this fucking material coming from, right? And so
Someone working their ass off.
and so it's like, I just don't think there's enough respect for the amount of work that goes into rosin at this point, because I feel like everybody's just, it's all about price now, which is stupid because it's like,
gratitude and respect for the actual what it really is.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one. Whereas with BHO, I mean, obviously it's more mechanical. You know, there's not as much love, let's say, technically. But when people do it right, it pulls the part of the plant at the right point out. Like, whereas rosin can fuck it up sometimes. Like, you'd be like, you missed it, and it leaves so much behind. That's the other thing, right? How much waste are we talking about? Rosin waste.
A lot.
Like,
We'll
you take all the
bring
rosin chips and you give it to a
rosin.
guy who's a good VHO guy, and he's crushing. You know what I mean? So you're like, well, that just answered that question right there. So from a respect of the plant point of view, do we want to leave behind all the fucking magic that we worked
All
for,
those carriers that
or
have an
are we
effect.
gonna, or are we just to get like the tippity toppity, you know, it's like you
Yes.
gotta waste it if you want to taste it. It's like, nah, you're wasting way more than just that little
shit you will never get back.
And that guy that was there grinding away for 5 hours to make the bubble hash to give to you to squeeze to sell to the people to smoke, and smoke it in like less than an hour. You know what I mean? Gone. Because like, yeah, it's funny. People give. What do you guys give for sample size? What's your?
So they start off in this depending on the type of testing. So we don't like to send a lot of people home with a kit or a sample just because you see what they actually judge and put down. So once we know that someone can really judge and they go online and they fill out all the stuff, then we know if they can handle.
It's easy to take the hash home. It's hard to fill out the fucking form properly.
So if you handle five of them, cool. We'll set you up with a 10 rack.
Right.
You know, but we like to not waste any of our medicine or any of our entries. So
the same?
You know, it's kind of specific to when they're at the place. You know, we dab them out of the case, and then when we send our official judges home, we send them home with just like the right amount to do a proper judging, and then when they're done doing it, we give them some more.
Must be the best.
That's ChemD.
Ooh, let me smell that.
So next week when
That's
we
just
come
the
to
first
the
one I
cup,
ran, so.
we will bring for you guys some rosin from 14er and from Hash House, because those two companies,
I'm sure you're
they're
familiar,
doing
obviously.
something special.
Absolutely.
Nice.
They really are.
Dab
crushing it.
Logic.
This smells amazing.
Well, and like I said, let's gather them all up, because right now is the time to like let's see it and let's show it. And if you have it, you know that you deserve it, you know, and you deserve to be recognized on this level. That, you know, of 7 months of people that have come before, your numbers and your quality are there or beyond, and we want to show what's the best. And there's no way to do it if we don't have all of them in.
We're going to be at the Balladoria in Lakewood, March 24th, from 7 p.m. to midnight. You can get tickets on our website. We're also doing a special VIP ticket, if you want to tell them about that, Jayson, with Devin the Dude. And
he's gonna show up.
Yeah, he has to.
You buy a
If you
VIP,
say his
you'll have
name
daytime sex with
25
him.
times, he has to.
You paid the VIP.
Yeah.
Like, where's Devin the Dude? It's like, oh no, where is he now?
Well, and the way I know he
You
showed
don't
up
have
because
Devin the Dude, but you can meet
I'm
JLo from the Adam
I'm
Dunn
bringing
show.
Zarilla Bacon to cook her famous hot wings, so he's going to show up just to have the hot wings.
Just to have her wings.
What is it?
But yeah, we do have a special little dinner set up for from 4 to 6 before the event, so it's just like, you know, a little barbecue sesh. Yeah, she's going to do her hot wings. We're going to pregame with him ready at the new Connoisseur compound, the Connoisseur Collective in Wheat Ridge, and then we'll motor right over to Lakewood from 7 to midnight, and it's going to be a great party.
It will be magical, guys. Everybody needs to come out and support, and we're going to be doing many other events all throughout the year, and we're opening our glass gallery, Connoisseur Hetties, in Wheat Ridge as well, with a wellness center.
Same, which it does carry through.
Tell us about this wellness center.
Yeah, absolutely. So before I got into doing the cup or, any of this stuff, I did about 25 years of work as a massage therapist and a gyrotonic instructor up in Aspen for the World Integrated Neuro Center and Dr. Jensen up there. And so I broke my back, and it was one of the things that kept me fixed, and healed me for about 25 years, and I was able to heal a bunch of people. And then my hands got kind of tired from working on 8 hours of people of massage a day. So I'd been doing the cannabis thing, but now my body's going back to where it needs the healing and the wellness. So we have it set up. We have a gyrotonic room set up, which is like spinal physical therapy. It's kind of like Fountain of Youth for the spine. It's just amazing. Me being fused together down low, like you have to get it moving on all the different, angles and bends and twists, or else it doesn't pump the synovial fluid to it. So we're gonna have that. Then we have a nice massage room set up, and then in the office, of course, we got the nice massage chair. And it really is more about the wellness and the whole lifestyle of the connoisseur lifestyle.
Every day we live it. Every day. Breakfast, I sit in the gallery. We're ready. We're ready, Colorado. We're ready to do it.
Yeah, definitely come check us out over there. It's 6117 West 38th Avenue in Wheat Ridge, and it's going to be a beautiful.
That's the new spot you show me.
Yeah, that's the
cool.
new spot. You can't really tell much from the front of it, but a huge open courtyard. Then we have the Dave's House Studio apartment, which is open for VRBO rental and cannabis-friendly rental, and which is really awesome. If you want to buy, do a judging pass, you can come in there, host a party for up to 10 people, and then have 4 people stay the night for 24 hours. So you have a cannabis butler for 24 hours. You're gonna go through all the entries, do the whole thing, or if you're just in town or a good glass blower working doing some other show, stay here and not have to worry about no $250 room fees.
Yeah, we like to smoke.
Absolutely.
Spend your $250 wisely instead of on.
Yeah, you could get some of that extra.
Yeah, you get some bonus sessions.
Like they're doing $250 worth of cleaning, right? The guy puts a little machine in there and goes for like an hour or two, and they're like, "All right, that's too bad." It's like, yeah, it's fucking weed, dude. Weed doesn't like linger like the fucking tobacco does,
We actually going over to the Baldor. Maybe you want to come over on Monday. We're gonna smoke a whole bunch of vape right in the bar and make sure that the fire alarm doesn't go off.
Test
so if you want to be part of a fun experiment.
I like that. That's a good one. So are they going to have it so they call the fire department ahead and say, we're doing a test here with smoke just to make sure, just don't come if you hear it?
Well, I told them to call and ask them to turn the sensitivity down first. So that's the first call that they're putting in today. So hopefully they'll be able to turn the sensitivity on the alarms down. And then we'll just be, dabbing on like that back bar section. That's what's nice about the VIP ticket is you have that back section.
I mean, if you're dabbing normally, it shouldn't even ever be a problem.
It's usually only like when you're reheating a nail.
Yeah, it's the torches. The heat from the torches is more like scary than anything because that could really signal the whole thing. And then
heat rises.
No, you don't want that going off because that's like when the fucking and we just rained inside the building. Like we don't want that.
This will be plenty of money if you guys want to come. Seriously, we're trying to blow as much vape in the air as we can at the bar.
I got the address.
Like what time we're talking?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. All right, no, that sounds good. That sounds like a plan.
But you do a walkthrough, see maybe.
Can you get it on film though, guys?
Yeah, we can absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those spots where it's really big, but there's not many places that you can kind of hide from the noise. That's the problem because it does have that kind of, that's.
Well, it has that one room where they do the weddings where they all get together. Maybe we could get you set up in that
but
one.
Then but that would have to be. We'd have to double check the sensitivity in that one because that's a smaller area.
Yeah.
Because it's not when you have a higher area.
Exactly.
Be like, we didn't test over here. Oh, Adam's going to do a show in there. No, don't do it.
Alarm.
And we did it again.
I don't want to hear that alarm. Like I got PSTD from those fire alarms. Like
I bet.
I rented a VRBO for my daughter's birthday and had his big birthday and lit the candles on the cake and it set off the fire alarm. And I almost had a panic attack and almost threw her birthday cake off the balcony because I was like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, it's okay.
I know it's like the first time is not a problem. It's not a problem. Yeah. We're not smoking weed. Yeah. It is a birthday cake. It's official.
No fire alarms next Friday.
But they it is true. Like we set off many a fire alarm. We had one because we were at this car place.
The car dealership.
The car dealership in Lakewood. It was like an old.
Oh shit! I've been there.
And it was like it was a museum. It was a car museum. So it was like there was like millions of dollars worth of cars around us, and we were like, oh, cool. So we start doing the show, and it was delayed though. It was weird because it was like we did it, and it was low ceilings. And as I focused in on the ceiling, after I took the hit, blew it out, I looked on the ceiling. I'm like, holy shit!
It's all like stuck to it.
But there was just like every 10 feet was another smoke alarm because it's a car dealer.
Yeah.
It's $1 million car thing.
Insurance.
They had that place dialed in so hard for smoke that it was crazy. It was like, oh, what am I thinking, dude? Like I was like, oh, fucked that up right away, and all of a sudden, and I was like, and it was the whole block. It wasn't just us, and it's all car. It's like it's that little cluster up by. It's on Sims and 6. You know, they got all those car dealers.
Oh,
on
yeah,
there. So it's up in that little cluster there, and it's like a building connected to all those cars. So everyone had to leave their job, go outside, wait for the fire department to come, and then they came and they took them a half an hour to figure out what was going on. And I was like standing outside going, guys, it's over here, you know, and they just kept going over there. It was like one of those classics where it's like, it took us like a half an hour till they got there. And I was like, well, if this was a real fire, we'd all be dead and this whole place would be gone. So you failed that part of the job intensely. But yeah, it was fucked up. Totally. And that was only one of the many smoke alarm stories. Adam Dunn Show. Dave?
Hey, we smoke.
I'm on fire.
Smoke alarm story? No, me and Dave had the opposite. We had the opposite where we went to New York and there was already had the fucking thing on it. We're like, dude, they knew our room. They gave us the room. It already had a thing on it. I was like, perfect.
Ooh, these sound like Patreon
but
stories.
in the hotel's defense,
you get a lot of these on Patreon.
20 minutes.
That's right.
We didn't see it for at least 20 minutes. You know, we were in the room before one of us looked up and was like, wait a second, is that holy shit? They fucking shower capped the smoke alarm for us.
They were like pre-capped.
You guys got pre-capped?
Shout out to Bill.
We did. But we told that story on the show too, JLo.
His manager just called. He's only got 5 minutes left. He's like, you better get off that show. You got another show to go to. It's much more important than this stupid show.
10-course dinner, I guess we're going to.
I mean, Dave understands. He was on Conan.
10-course.
Recently.
Oh yeah, you should quickly show Dave's show on Conan. He was really good.
Oh, stop.
Quickly,
Mark,
yeah,
stop.
you need to show. These guys haven't seen it.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys need to see it because
we go.
Dave's
Yeah.
really
I did
talented.
Conan this
He's so
weekend.
talented.
What?
A wonderful holiday. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh boy! Whoa!
Damn, Dave.
Nipply.
Just the fact.
Killing it.
Did he? I wonder if he got pinched.
Was this today or last year?
He just did this fresh this morning. This is
yesterday.
in Amsterdam. Conan O'Brien, Amsterdam.
This is
in New York on the way out.
This is every morning.
Oh yeah, he did it in New York on the way out. Pre-show.
Pre-show.
In between flights.
If you come to the Baldoria dressed
Now what
like
are you doing,
that,
JLo? You gonna show us around? You're walking around. Oh Jesus! Here's my 5-star. This is my other 5-star thing. Like, oh wait, this is 5-star. Did I mention 5-star?
That's the 10-course meal we're doing. 5-star hash.
And let me tell you, the Baldorian shits all over this fucking Kona place. The Baldoria.
It looks almost more like the Willy Wonka, like the chocolate fountain pond that we have.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, no, it is hilarious. I actually though.
That's nice.
That's very nice, JLo. We know
you can
it's
feel
nice.
The air almost. It's
all
almost
humid.
feels like moisture in the air here because of it. Like,
the humidity
I
is.
need like a pina colada right now.
Yeah, bring us back the humidity and a pina colada, please. Thank you.
I need that too.
Damn.
I'm trying.
Should be around the corner to the left.
That's right.
I don't know where.
Like she doesn't know where the bar is. Don't even pretend. We know you know. Because right when you walk out, they're gonna go like, "Hey, JLo, you're back."
Well, should we transition over to some shout?
Well, these guys are on their way out, so yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
Then we will transition to the
let's-
shout-outs.
Oh my goodness!
First we say
I want to ask
bye.
something.
Oh yeah, ask.
Since the Connoisseur Cup guys are in the studio.
He's asking.
Oh, great. I'm putting a shout out here. If there's anybody in New York City who is not doing anything on Monday and you want to assist the show in a potential viral video, hit me up because we need somebody for an hour and a half to pick up a pizza in Flushing and drive it to Newark Airport and get there.
Mark, you're
by
gonna do it.
No,
12:30.
not me.
That's Mark.
No,
That's Mark
that's
you're
not
talking
me.
to. You're talking to Mark right now. He has nothing better to do.
What's going to be
I
on
have
the
an
pie?
itinerary, dude.
What you going to get in on the pie?
Schmoopsy, he can't do it.
Who we got
No
in
way.
New York?
But if there is anybody out there,
I
mean,
think
this
we
could
Who's
go
picking up a
viral.
pie? Why
Could
is
be
there a
a
pie?
great video.
He
Why
wants
is
to
there?
do a viral video. I can't tell you the idea.
Oh, it's too good.
Someone's
Oh.
gonna do it. And
Doesn't make
like,
sense.
I can
He'll
tell
be
it's
all sad.
I'll reach out to a couple New York people, see what I can figure out.
There you go.
It could be fun, man. I mean, it could be a lot of fun.
Where,
JLo, watch out! You're gonna get a
New
miss. You're gonna get
Yorkers-
a nip slip. It's going down. I can already see it
sure.
happen.
Oh,
That's how I
thank you.
roll.
Good
We're
to know.
taking
You're really
I thought you
close.
were
We were
talking
just
about
watching that Dave Chappelle episode.
Yeah.
I did it with my mind.
That's very nice.
Fucking Adam.
She was,
Turn his mic
Okay.
off.
she was close.
Who show is
Adam's
this?
classy.
It was like getting to the
We
edge.
were so classy. We almost made it. We were just so close.
They almost made a whole show.
we'd have to just flip over to that loop of Dave on the Conan show.
Totally.
That's all you have to do.
Perfect.
Yeah, we just
That
have to put
diverts.
down.
That'll
the rest of the
divert.
Dude, that would be a great way to cure all those kind of issues someone would have. Just flash that every time
Boom.
it comes up. Okay, never mind.
Calm the situation right the hell down.
Yeah,
Yep.
that works.
So wait, you're saying me in tighty spandex speedo
Anti-porn campaign.
dancing on the Conan O'Brien show
Yes.
is the anti JLo?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The Martha Stewart, the
That
baseball.
That's the image.
It's like the baseball. Yeah, it's like think about baseball. Think about baseball. Yeah, same deal.
Dave on Conan. Dave on Conan. We're good
Yeah.
for hours.
Think about Dave on Conan. Oh yeah,
Actually,
we're
we
good.
went too far the other way.
We're all porn stars.
Oh my god.
I imagine that's what Dave looks like when he finds a good bagel.
In his mind, inside, that's what he feels like. Exactly. Rubbing nipples. A lot of nipple rubbing going down.
Love it.
That's the best.
Nipple rubbing,
Slapping
going
his own
down.
ass.
Yeah.
That's usually what goes
Slapping his
down
own ass.
when a good bagel is found. So, all right. Well, thanks, Jayson, for coming through.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys, man.
Thank you.
And shout out to all the real OGs and pioneers out there. They seem to get forgotten out here in the, in this industry, and they're the ones that kind of paved the way and made this stuff happen. And it's so
We
easy
are the pavement.
to think that you know what you're doing, and so much information that gets passed off that's told to someone who doesn't even know what the fuck they're talking about, and you're passing it on as actual fact. You might want to go back to the sources and where this stuff started at. And Adam Dunn's a great source for good information and realness. So we
I'll start the
appreciate you, bro.
misinformation train right here.
Bam. Real people are real. We'll under promise and over deliver. We're not going to tell you the other way around.
That's the way to do it for sure. Thanks.
No doubt. Appreciate you, bro.
Peace out. Yeah.
Have a
See you
good
next
rest of
week.
your day.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for coming through. And JLo's kind of be there too, even though she may not make it back from Hawaii. We'll see.
are going.
Hey, let me give this to you,
We
too.
are going together.
Sick. Nice one.
You can start on entry
Hawaii.
76, I think.
All right. There we go.
Awesome.
We'll start right away.
Oh, yeah, you guys are a Terp Wipe sponsor already, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
They're
I
good
carry
guys.
These everywhere. they work.
They are the
great for
best.
Everything.
So they're in your kits and stuff. And
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Good to hear. Al, grab some Yo Tips. Take some Yo Tips, and we'll get you hooked up with them because those are amazing. We would have COVID right now, or we'd be cured by, or we'd be over it by now. But JLo, unbeknownst to us, came in all fucking infected. But we all had our Yo Tips, and we were because the whole thing with those is the idea is that you pass the joint, but you have your own tip.
Oh, perfect.
Instead of passing the tip with the joint, so that way you just stick it. And I swear to God, like at first I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then when we started using them, we were like, these are really good. They have a nice feel to them. There's birchwood. And then after JLo hits us up and goes, I got COVID, we're like, well, dude, we would have all got it, but we are being really on point. So grab some of those and we'll talk to them.
And anyone else that you think of that would be a great fit, like we have so much room. Like if they're a good fit, you know the ones that fit.
100%.
And bring them on.
Well, we'll bring a box to the show next week for the thing. We'll at least do that, and then we'll call those guys and we'll get you linked up.
No doubt. Appreciate it, bud.
Boom.
Hey, thank you guys.
Peace out, guys.
I'll be sure to stop by next week.
Oh, I'm leaving the weed.
No, it's us.
Yeah, I think that's you.
That's us. Okay.
I think we're good.
Yep, good. All right. Nice one.
Hey, you guys have a good rest of your day.
The Connoisseur Cup. Next week we'll be hanging. What are you? Are you switching around?
Yeah, I'll switch.
Oh yeah, just switch all the stuff. Don't be inconvenient at all.
I need to switch
Now
too.
move my stuff.
Check this out,
You're
guys.
just trying to take Dave's chair. That's what you're trying to do.
Yes.
You're so close. Dave, he's taking over.
I'm so worried.
All the hate mail's
Check
coming.
this
All
out.
the hate mail's coming in already. Get rid of that guy.
See this?
What is this?
This is the dip device. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there with the originator of it, the guy that he, invented the device.
I know. He's been in
And
Vegas. We met him in
Jonah
Vegas.
Tacoma.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, he just goes,
Of course, Dave doesn't do it very fluidly.
Who did that? The guy or Jonah?
Oh,
yeah.
Yo tip on
It
the
was
thing. Yo,
fucking perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
And
Because-
and the best part is after a little while you kind of throw it out away, get a new freshie on there every so often, and I like it.
That's it.
That's it.
Totally.
oh, are you talking about Yo tips?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I just happened to be on the website checking out yotip.com.
Yo tip. That's right. It's
That's
yo
right.
Tip.
The idea behind
Not
these
Yo
is
Tips.
don't get
Don't go there.
J-Lovid. Don't get
Yeah, this is J-Lovid free.
You like that, JLo? How I came up with that little thing for you?
It was hilarious. I did tell everybody that's how they should address me from here on out.
So
Well,
yeah,
how did you recover from JLo
Like a
so
Christmas
fast?
ornament. Jesus.
I got a
I made
lingering
that
cough.
myself.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. This is, you can't see it here because it's so small, but this is very cute. It looks like does look like a Christmas ornament though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got that vibe.
I made a bubble cap for my dab rig at my friend's glass studio in Massachusetts, Manifest Studios. Shout out.
Damn.
so go ahead and you can get the done deal at Yo Tips.
Hella heady.
Yeah.
You can get the done deal at Yo Tips, yotip.com,
Yo.
buildasoil.com.
Yo Products LLC.
Okay, so Build a
on
Soil,
Instagram.
we one of our listeners, thank you, you know who you are, contacted me and said that the done deal was not working. They called, they did everything we said, and it didn't work. But I got to Jeremy, and I got the 100% confirmation everything's going to be taken care of and handled, up and down and all around. So if you do want to get it, just call 855-877-SOIL. Tell them you heard the done deal's back on track and you need some Shiat. And what you can get there is everything you need from either soil building products, supplements, IPM products, obviously all the different picks and axes that you may need to produce the finest organic cannabis. But yeah, definitely with an eye for detail. Jeremy always puts out the best products and well vetted, and lots of information online. If you go to their website, you can see lots of little side-by-sides and tent grows and things you can do yourself. And also, of course, they've got the whole line of fermented plant extracts from our buddy Miles. And that shit is amazing.
I saw Miles at Any Can last weekend.
Nice. He was there with Build a Soil. They were at the booth
and,
together.
and
we hung out with them after at their dinner.
And Portal Provisions too.
Nick
he
was
out
there also.
Yeah, Nick was
Shout
there.
out to Nick. Killing it. Yeah, they were having fun out there. They were eating seafood, which is what you do when you're in New England, of course, right?
I went to the North End with my brother.
Did you?
Had some Italian.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you. I got Italian.
Gabagoo.
Gabagoo.
Yeah.
Jeez. But
Buildasoil.com.
yeah, definitely check them out.
Greenfarmsmed.com.
Med.com. I just they got a whole.
No, we should just keep the camera on JLo while we do Green Farms and all the rest of them. Trust me, our ratings will go up.
Really? Oh, I don't know. Why? What's she doing now? What is she doing?
I'm just, chilling in the sun now.
Oh my God! Well, these plants be chilling in under lamps because they're indoor grown, but they're all indoor grown no-till, which is a very rare and hard to find thing in this world. And on top of that, they've got stuff from Green Dot. They've got stuff from Kind Love. They got pretty much got all the best brands under one roof in Colorado Springs. So if you're a medical patient, go there, ask for the done deal, and they will take care of you. Oh, Green Bros. The only reason that Dave's even in Amsterdam is because of Green Bros.
Wow.
It's true. It's true. Truth. I speak truth. Their G-Light destemming and grinder is super sick, and we had one given to us for sponsorship. And since we're not making joints, we thought we'd easily find somebody that would take this off of us. And lo and behold, we did find somebody, and that got Dave out to Amsterdam. What you're seeing right now is Dave's trip to Amsterdam, right there.
That's it, right
metal,
there.
in metal. His trip entirely, like that left part. That's when he was down in Barcelona.
How does that feel? How does that picture feel, Dave?
Yeah. How do you feel knowing that you
money for a field trip to Amsterdam?
Consumed. That's a good
Feels
one.
great, Telly.
That's a good one, Vinny. You heard that one, Dave?
No, do it again.
We're trying to raise money for a field trip to Amsterdam.
That was a great drop.
That was good.
That's a good one, huh? But yeah,
But
awesome,
remember,
awesome
you
products.
Get 10% off the bucket, and you get 5% off everything else at Green Bros.
Yeah,
So
and
you
the-
go to greenbros.com with a Z, enter Dunn deal at checkout, and if you're buying a commercial product on there, it's tens of thousands of dollars. 5% is a big savings.
Yeah, we're talking
they're
big,
American made right here in Las Vegas.
Their
Here,
joint rolling
right there in Las
machine
Vegas.
shits all over everybody's else's that I've ever seen. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my
I saw
God.
a couple at the show, but
This thing
I
is
haven't
like
seen theirs.
this is like fucking crazy, dude. Like the amount of thought that goes into it, and the fact that they just it's crazy. Like you look at it, you're like, holy shit. Like because all the other
There's two things
well,
that I think
the problem with most of them is they come out too hard. They come out these little like hard, like I wouldn't smoke that. This thing is like there it is. Look at it. The
holy roller.
The holy roller is like holy fucking fuck. Like I said, holy fucking roller,
Damn.
right?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like let's take it to the next level.
3,000 1 gram joints per hour. That's crazy shit.
Dang.
And it has like it's just like you're like oh my god, dude. Have we thought about this? Yes, we have thought a little bit about
Come
this.
on. Don't you want to be like the fly in the room when they said, all right, Cullen, we think we can do 1,500 1 gram joints an hour. And he goes, no!
He slams the desk.
I
He
want
slams the table.
3,000.
3,000. And they go, oh, you. Yeah, it's pretty badass though, right?
It's very impressive.
Pretty badass.
And it's because it uses the grinder that we were so graciously presented with to use as sponsorship it's designed for like the way it would do
Look
it
at
would
that.
break it up into perfect amounts
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be all the same size. It'd be like different sizes so you'd have an airflow that would fill the thing properly, because if it's all the same size it's just going to compact and turn to shit. If it's all too big it's going to be all so you have to get it perfect, and then you see them coming off the line like do 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 do. You're like, dude, come on. Because a lot of them they'll come spitting out, right? And that's
Yeah.
when you know they're no good, because they haven't thought of it too much. There's not enough thought behind it. This is like they've thought of everything from top to bottom. So check it out.
It's got
Green
its own
Bros.
song.
It's
You
got its
know
own
that, right?
song. It's
Yeah,
got
Holy
everything.
Roller.
ApothecaryFarms.com.
Oh, speaking of which, did you
Holy
see
roller.
here? Let me.
What did I see, man?
Did
What
you
did
see
I
the Westward? Did you see the Westward article? You
because
have-
I
Oh,
sent
yeah,
it to
I
you,
did.
dude.
Oh, you sent it to me?
Yeah, I'm the one
I
that
got
sent
it.
it to you.
No, I got it from Kyle too.
Whatever, bro.
You didn't send it to
I
me.
sent it to the show. You don't watch. You don't
Oh, I
listen
don't
to
look at the
anything.
show
Yeah,
things.
I
No, I
know,
wouldn't do
yeah, I
that.
know.
That's stupid.
I know. I get it. I get it. I don't try to look at that either.
No, but they. I've just got a 10-acre. Is that 10 acres under glass, or is that 10 acres?
I don't know.
I mean, it would look like
12 acres.
It's 12 acres under glass.
Is it the Green
Yes.
Dragon?
That's
stuff?
crazy. That's big.
It's a huge greenhouse.
That's like from space shit, pretty much at that point. Once you-
Dialed in greenhouse weed.
Well, they're
is
saying
the,
that
is
they
the
could
best,
only
too.
they could only provide for 35% of their current operation, like on their own.
Oh,
but
up
now,
until now, yeah.
but now they're
Yeah.
going to be able to provide for all 4 of the locations in Colorado.
Wow. No, it's
Or 5. Sorry.
And they're coming out with their own flower line.
Right.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
so that they'll have abundance. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, well, it's good to see Apothecary Farms killing it here in Colorado and in Oklahoma, and soon to be, I'm sure, in many more spots. But
Their 4-year anniversary sponsoring the show comes up next month.
well, we picked a good group
Nice.
to work
Yeah,
with
we did.
because consistency is key, and these guys have been doing it the whole time. So check them out, and obviously, done deals. Done deals.
Done deal.
Done deals.
Just obviously.
DabX.
DabX. Dun, dun, dun. DabX. Go. Oh, Dave doesn't have one. He can't show us his. Dave
No,
sucks.
you have to show your rocket. But go to DabX.
Show my rocket? I gotta show my rocket. Oh God! All right, now hold on. Let me get my unzip my fly here. Everybody.
I mean, I know
Check out
you're
this rocket.
I know you're all racy on Conan, dude, but you don't have to like
You don't
bring
have
it
to-
over to this show.
Yeah, don't be trying to think we're family friendly around here.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No, we're not.
Yeah, I don't,
We're
I don't know if
absolutely
you know,
not.
but the algorithm loves this show.
Oh yeah, algorithm.
I'm sure
They
it
say
does.
Adam Dunn show.
Totally
It all
Shadow
gets
Man.
excited. It's like, well,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
So the DabX Go, if you're into your on-the-go dab rig, this thing is awesome because it separates the vapor path from where the reclaim pulls up, and I think to me that's the number one sell because every time you get a fresh hit off of whatever you put into the bowl, and
Yeah, and it's easy to get out too because there's a little
Seriously?
silicone part at the bottom of it where all the resin goes into, and you just throw that in the freezer, and it pops out like a little ice cube. So, what are you giggling over there? Like Vinny's giggling to himself, and he's making Mark giggle, and no one knows what they're giggling about.
He's describing the product like he uses it every day.
Yeah.
Total description
So,
like he uses it every day.
I'm gonna be using it every day.
Oh, Mark
soon.
doesn't. Mark's just saying
soon I
like
get
he
one.
like yeah exactly. Mark's being facetious, but he talks about it because he's trying. Yeah, he's doing his Mark thing. He's like they're so great. They're the best. They work so. I don't have one though, but yeah, they're great.
They're good.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
we
I'm
know your
excited.
game.
I'm excited.
Dave,
So,
tell him. We know his game.
DabX.com. Get the done deal.
No, we love you guys.
Don't hate me. I'm
What?
going to leave you because my girlfriend
Oh,
needs help.
Bye.
Bye.
Ozocoffee.com.
Oh, yeah, we got coffee. We got coffee. We don't need no chicks. No girls allowed.
She's having technical difficulties.
She's having
Hold on.
technical difficulties.
I think I found her. You've ever heard a seal sneeze on the beach? Have you ever heard it?
Yeah.
Okay, JLo, stay out on the beach real quick.
Wait. What?
The beach?
That's a seal sneeze?
Yeah.
That is not nice.
All right. Well, we'll see you later. Thanks for.
Bye, JLo.
That's how we ended your
Love
show,
you.
JLo. Bye, JLo. One seal sneeze away.
Have a great time in paradise.
Yeah,
I'm
have
going to go
fun
back to
without
32
us.
degrees.
Yeah, we're going to go back to our snow and...
Call back in on bed if you want.
Yeah, you can come home.
I love you guys.
We'll
And
tell
I
you when it's
can't
warm
wait
enough to come
see
home.
you.
Shout out to
Okay,
Ozo.
that sounds perfect.
I've been drinking their decaf lately.
Oh, tell us.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Thank you.
I'm not the
Bye,
biggest
JLo,
coffee
man.
connoisseur, but I like it. It's like really chocolatey. Just
I mean, you're the
decaf,
only person I
forget.
know who will drink a decaf because
Yeah.
none of us will. I'm like,
Yeah.
can I have the caffeine that he's not having?
Yeah.
Can
Can
I
we
have
put his caffeine in mine?
Can we have
Yeah.
take all the D's of the decaf and put it into my calf and double calf?
Ozocoffee.com.
Yeah.
Done deal 23.
Done
Yes.
deal 23.
Fuck, you almost forgot, Mark.
Done
You
deal
almost-
23.
I didn't. You guys kept yapping. I was trying to get the ad done,
Somebody
like a
knocking?
professional. You know, vapor path
Why you
separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Different
14 or
ad.
bolder. If you want to buy a can of weed with DJC's face on it,
Check
then
this
you
one out,
can
man.
go
That's
to
the
14orbolder.com. But in order to get the done deal there, make sure you hit the pre-sale or the pre-order.
Uh-oh, you broke
And
Gotta get the pre-order.
Fucking
Enter Done
broke
Deal
my
at checkout
thing,
to get
bro.
10%
That
off
gets on the
on
side
top
up there.
of all
There it is,
running
yeah.
specials.
yeah, you can't just walk all up in there. You got to do a
Nope.
pre-order.
Don't walk in with your
Done
legs
deal.
or nothing like that.
Yeah,
No
that's
legs.
right. Because you can't let
Yeah,
the
but
next guy
some of
know.
the specials they have right now are already
Chocolate
24%
cookies,
off.
5.
So you're going to get another 10% on top of that.
Yeah, man,
So
they
you gotta,
they
it's
stack
all the month of March.
stacked. March Madness deals all abound. 14orbolder.com.
Yes. Oh, Stash Logics.
I gave away some Stash Logics.
Yeah, I was
to
just gonna
the
say.
guys at Requiem, and they fucking loved them. I mean, loved them.
So
The irony was,
Yeah.
is someone showed up a day later with inferior Stash Logics products to give them away, and they were just not as good. So go to Stash Logics with an X.com, get their done deal at checkout, you get 20% off your order.
Those are Stash Logics or what?
Stash, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I
What did
have
I
Stash
say?
Logics. I
yeah.
have the
Dot
Stash
co.
Logics. You
I
have
think it's like two. It's .co like two.
yeah, StashLogics.co.
All right.
All right. No.
PegasusBags.com.
Oh, the man himself was supposed to be here with us, hanging out all day.
Yeah.
Getting all. Basically, he was going to be the living embodiment of what we thought Dave was doing on Conan O'Brien, I think.
Right.
Because he was talking about coming into town for people who travel for St. Patrick's Day, you'd expect them to be dressed up at least.
Oh, yeah. He'd
like
be,
in some way, shape, or form.
yeah,
They're
it's
not
like-
coming around just
it's like the Super Bowl holidays.
So yeah, I was
Those
expecting
people.
him to be all covered in beads and
Yeah.
things and like full on. Yeah, it's kind of like it's like Mardi Gras
He's got
slash.
full blown JLo right now, so there's no traveling. But
No,
his
they
bags
both
are
had Lovid. They
fantastic.
got Lovid. They got double Lovid. Lovid.
But if you need some mushroom grow
Mushproof.
bag,
Mushproof.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Get it
Grow
together.
bags. Grow
Yeah,
kits.
grow bags for grow bags.
Mushmouth.
Mushmouth. Yeah, these are. I mean, I buy bags already pre-sterilized from other companies, and I know that they use these type of bags. So,
all sorts of numbers too. If you need to get a shitload of them, just contact them direct, and it's 20% off normally. But I'm sure he's there to cut deals, man. Cut some fucking deals. So give him a heads up.
He's a great guy, great company.
Yeah, and he also has,
what he's doing.
and he's
Really
also
believes.
he's also selling plastic eating bacteria, which is pretty dope, and or fungi. Is it fungi or is it bacteria?
Plastic eating fungi.
Plastic eating fungi. And but I think he sold out. But he was just selling it kind of like it was weird. He's selling it with like it came with the plastic thing, and it was like ready to digest, and it starts to eat it. Like it's more to show you what it to do concept wise. It's not like you're going to eat all your plastic in your backyard or something like that. Yeah, just go out there and eat all the plastic. Try not to eat the other shit. But check them out, PegasusBags.com. And we'll have Garrett on the show in the near future, I'm sure.
That's right.
Very soon.
He's going to come in and help save the day. Oh, speaking of which, saving the day.
Saving the day.
Fucking bangers. Another
bangerscanna.com.
If it wasn't so, as we told you, a G Light unit was sold. Guess who bought it? Bangers. There you go. Because he's putting out some fucking amazing joints. Actually, again, pre-rolled joints are very much like those fucking yo tips where someone shows me and I'm like, dude, what do you think I was born yesterday? I've seen all this shit, whatever. And then, but when you do try them and you take the time to actually try the product, you start realizing like, oh shit, these people actually put thought into this. This is not just run of the mill. Bangers, same thing. We had them at our show at our party, and consistently every single one of them that you smoked, you were like, yeah, it kind of gave you that like, I'm gonna look at it a couple more times. Oh, what's going on here?
Well, here's what they did. They figured out a way to eliminate the actual process of making the joint as a factor of your enjoyment. Okay, they've totally riddled it so that everything they roll is going to be fantastic. So it just means you need to put great weed in, give it to Bangers, they'll roll it for you. So they don't claim to grow the weed, which they don't. They're the technology to make the joint. So if you are a commercial,
and he was so into it. The guy was so into it that it was like the conversation that if you got into it, you're like, oh wait a minute, this guy's going to tell me like about airflow and you know, he's going to talk a laminar fucking flow of the fucking joint, and you're like, dude, you're really overthinking this, I think. But then when you smoked it, you're like, it actually really works. Burns right to the end.
All night
even
Vegas,
nice, tastes really good, good even mix and everything. So yeah, check them out, Bangers. Now I thought it had a Z on the end. Does it have an S on it?
Bangerscanna.com with an S.
How can you have an S? Nobody has S's in California anymore. Those aren't even allowed, are they? Are they? Anytime there's a Z allowed,
he's old school.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah. They get a pass.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Hempen.co.
Oh, shit.
The Hempen Company.
The Hempen Company.
Some of the best
CBD
that's like electric company.
Yeah.
Creator of
the Hempen Company.
Okay.
It's the only advertiser where the done deal discount is less than the Vindicator discount.
No, we get 50% off now. It's 50%.
Yeah.
So there's no Vindicator.
Yeah.
Vindicator's over.
Yep.
He's been vindicated. He's over. He's been vindicated.
The mocha.
But they have the
That looks like a good
amazing
flavor.
CBD products. They work, and that's what they're supposed to do. They taste good. That's also good. But the key is the effectiveness of all of them. Like if you have somebody who really needs it and you give it this product, you know they're going to come back to you and say, holy shit.
Oh, man, I need more of that.
It really worked.
It's effective medicine.
Whereas if you go to some local gas station and you grab some CBD and you give it to the person, they'd be like, dude, didn't do nothing. I was talking about. I was like, yeah, of course it didn't do nothing. This is some bullshit. So, but check out the Hempen Company.
Hempencompany.com.
Say it.
Hempen Company.
Sing it.
Hempen Company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I don't know how to count.
He loves you. By the way, Two loves Electric Company. I know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah.
He's raised on it.
Oh,
so.
me too. Yeah.
You?
Me too.
Well, I mean, it was in syndication.
I was going to say, you are a little young.
It was in syndication.
Electric Company.
But I watched it.
I, on the other hand, come from Electric Company generation.
I have no idea what you're
was
talking
still
about.
on.
You are just a little baby child.
You're a baby.
It was definitely still on.
Come on.
You're a little baby child.
Yeah, baby child. Baby child.
Cultured biologics.
Cultured biologics. Speaking of super deals, they have reduced their prices by 40% across the board forever. They did it as a sale, and then he just said, you know what? Fuck it. We're going down because it makes it easier for more people to grow, right?
Hey.
Lower point of entry. But
that lines up with my ethos.
in general, their line, their Eon line, which is their powdered line with a couple extra supplements, is amazing. I've been running it now for like the last four cycles, and it just gets better because and it was funny too. I ran out of a few products. I was like, yeah, let me check out my other thing, and I tried this other line just for a week, and in that week I could feel it, like, oh, this is not great. I need to get back. Got back on Culture, boom, shit, just happy as a motherfucker. So just check out culturebiologics.com. Obviously ask for the Dunn deal, but at this point with 40% off, I'm not sure how much of a Dunn deal you're going to be able to get. Maybe an extra 10. I don't know. I haven't talked to Tim about it. Maybe
I don't know.
He'll throw an extra 10%, I'm sure. Then it's 50%
You get a
off.
signed JLo photo.
That means you have two product lines. You have tea, you have the hemp company, and you got Culture Biologics, both 50% off. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Pretty fucking good deal. So, what, is she still on the line? Is that what's going on?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay.
Verde Natural.
Because then we could like listen in on her and get all the scoop.
Dave's
That would have been funny.
That would have been great.
Dave's over here gatekeeping all the dab logic from us.
Oh, I know. We will never. We don't even know it. We loved it. It was great. It was really good when we had it, but it's been a while.
Let me see if it's hiding.
I'm
under
kind
the
of forgetting.
table.
I'm kind of forgetting how good it was.
I don't see it anywhere.
I'm almost forgetting how good it was, but somehow I can still remember that French onion flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a French onion.
I'll be back in the studio and grab some, you fuckers.
Yeah, you better go in there and demand all 3 weeks.
He is a hash
You better
master
demand it.
Jedi extraction artist.
Oh, you know who else
Go
is
to
going to be in town
Hash
soon?
House.
Hey, you know who's going to be in town soon?
What?
You know who's coming to town?
Who's coming to town?
I think right before 420. Perfect timing.
Who?
Big Dummy?
I don't know. Like, what? Look at the page that we're on right now. Who's on this page?
Oh,
Lemon Chuck will be here from the jungles, from deep in the jungles, if he makes it out.
Yeah.
If he didn't join some like weird FARC group that never realized it's
gonna
over.
get kidnapped.
Like, dude, FARC's over, bro. You're like, no, bro, we're FARC forever.
So again, if you're in Colorado, if you want to get this hash that we're fighting over, you go hit up the Hash House or Verde Natural and pick up some Dab Logic because it's and the same deal here. You can order online, get the Dunn deal, and you don't have
No,
to.
you have to order online.
you
It's
have
the
to.
only way to get the
It's
Dunn
the only
deal.
way to do it.
It's the only way.
I told you.
I told you.
Oh, okay.
No, I told you that I told you. No,
So verdenatural.com. Get it.
get it.
Get it, get it.
Get it. Get it in here.
Terpwipes.com
You see that?
/Dunn
So
deal.
now we know that Terp Wipes is also Connoisseur Cup guys. They know what's up because they're going through lots of
Terpwipes.com
lots of
/Dunn
dabs.
deal.
That's right. Only way. The only way.
Bio365.
Yeah,
.com.
crushing it. These guys are putting out all like a huge line of soil. If you look at the full line, there's 8 or 9 different things there. But on top of that, you can also do custom mediums. You can do whatever combination you want, and you can have them pre-filled, ready to go, so that every single cycle you just have them delivered, drop them in, put your plants in, save you all of that energy, but also from not having to clean pots and pass on viroids and things like that. It's a lot easier to just clean your whole place out, order all the things, have them all delivered, pop all your plants in. Boom, when they're done, you bring them out, you dump them and do your thing, and you start over again and just keep moving. And I can see the value even more than ever.
Less labor, cleaner.
Yeah, and consistency too, because they're going to be all packed the same, and you're not having one guy. It's like, dude, what are you doing? you're like, I thought you're supposed to pack it all the way to the top. Oh, dude. But yeah, check them out, Bio365. And if you're a commercial grower and you want to test this out, they'll send you you can contact us at Dunn Deal at Adam Dunn Show, and we'll get them to send you a pallet of soil of your choice to test, and you will be sold. I guarantee you. Everybody who's ever done it has just been like, oh, well, there you go. I guess we're getting more of this. So it's 100% worth it. They have biochar in their mix already done, so it saves you that. And they kind of covered every base, and they're the only soil allowed in space. So there you go. Top that.
Yeah.
You
Can't top that. Soil in space, bro.
Bio365.com.
Oh my God. I don't know if numbnuts is allowed in space, but it should be.
Numbnutsco.com. I mean, it might be nutritious enough, like
they'd have to put them in squeeze things though, because if you open the top, all the oil, if it wasn't mixed in properly, because you know how they got that little oil layer, it would. They'd be like, no, trap it back. But if you put them in those little squeezy tubes, they can take it to space, and they should, because not only is it the best delivery system ever for THC, because we're talking about an oily,
Peanut butter, man.
Peanut butter, just like it's like satisfying on all levels because you get it. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it.
That's
it's going across your bread.
It's a dangerous jump cut. That's a dangerous midnight.
You need the noises.
Snack.
Where's all the noises? Come on, come on, Vinny, get it. You're making us do it now.
Boys like peanut butter?
No, that wasn't it. Oh yeah, come on, Vinny.
Dunnutsco.com.
Killed it again. 2 weeks in a row. You failed at the noise. Peanut butter has a noise.
Oh, I thought Dave was a sample. That was weird.
No, Dave was doing a pretty good job.
It was this one.
Thank you. There we go.
All right.
Now we're talking.
Numbnutsco.com.
That's right.
I got this one ready to go next week.
Nice.
For next week. Oh, yeah. That's next week, though.
I like that.
You've already fucked up.
I fucked up this week,
Yeah, you fucked it up now for next week already, too.
Just giving you a hint.
Estetec. If you are looking to upgrade your facility of LEDs, which you probably, if you haven't already, you're going to be at some point because that is the future. I'm sorry to say, but it's also great great rebates. So if you're looking into it, now is a good time to do it because you never know how long they're going to keep. I'm always tripping out that they just keep on doing it because you're just like, man, they're just handing
so much money,
hand over fist cash back because people end up paying like $100 a light by the time they're done. They're like, dude, I paid like $100 a light.
Yeah,
like,
one
what?
of my friends helped a big grow out here get like $30 million back or something like that.
It's crazy. So if you are a commercial facility, there's nothing holding you back financially because it's one of those things that are highly subsidized at this point in time. So jump on that bandwagon and get some new updated light. But if you're a home grower too, everybody can benefit because, for instance, once you get over the hump of realizing that you might have to heat up your room now instead of just because there's not any heat coming off these fucking lights. But you do also realize you can run about 7 degrees warmer without a problem because the plants it's not getting as much leaf temperature change, right? Because you're not getting this heavy load on the leaves, you're getting like the real light load, and all of a sudden you can raise your temperatures. That means everything starts to become less critical. Like you're not blasting air conditioning to balance the fucking heat coming off of these lights, whereas like there's less heat to be balanced. And like I said, if you're in the wintertime, you might even have to add heat, which is crazy talk. In the grower's world, you're like, what are you talking about? I thought I'd just add more lights. Like that's how you make heat, right? 12 hours, heat, boop, boop, switch back and forth. Those days are almost over. It's coming to the point where LED is kind of running the game. And we've seen some amazing results too. So check them out. Estetec.com.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The sound. How?
Yeah.
Okay.
With those guys. Seedsherenow.com. 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 There we go. Yeah, come on, guys. Come on. Liven it up around here.
Dude.
Come on.
Finkelstein says you sound good, actually, right now. Yeah.
Finkelstein shit kid?
Yes, Finkelstein shit kid says.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Adam sounds good.
That's rare. That's rare. On this show, that's
I'm leaving out other
I was
information.
gonna say he's omitting something else there.
Oh yeah, Adam sounds like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm on mushrooms, buddy.
Oh yeah. Mine actually hit too. I was like, what
are
dude?
they?
Blue meanies, but they're the cute
good.
version.
They're good.
The cute
They're good.
version. Yeah.
They got me all fired up.
Yeah, look at you.
See how?
Yeah.
I'm on a show or something. Like
Dude,
I'm actually performing.
Maybe you should do this commercial.
Blue
See how that
Meanie
goes.
is like the dude on Instagram. Blue Meanie.
Auctions.com.
Oh, look at you. Seeds here now.
But Blue Meanie is like the dude on Instagram.
No, Blue Meanies is a type.
Okay.
It's a type, but
it's not really a type. It's a fake real type.
These are like the fake real type.
There's real Blue Meanies, which are paniolus, right? Or cyanine.
Yeah, the pancyanellus.
Pansci, bra. Yeah, pansci.
Those guys.
Yeah.
And but yep.
Actually, you know what
Then
you can
there's
do?
a guy
If you
who,
want to
like,
hear me on coke, you just have to turn it up to 1.4 or 1.5, and then it'll sound like I'm really on coke.
Oh yeah, just hit up the speed.
Yeah, just hit up the speed on your pod.
YouTube.
We can't do it now.
On YouTube.
No, you have to do it wait till after.
After.
Right? That'd be cool if you could speed up the show while it was going on.
Oh man,
you'd be like,
that'd be some super AI.
That'd be super AI. It'd be
like knows what you're gonna say.
Yeah, you're like, I'm watching live TV, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm putting it on 2-speed because this is shit.
Gotta get out of here.
Anyways, James Bean was in the chat earlier.
If he is in the chat and he's still there, he can come. He knows he's got a link, so he can just jump on at any time. But he can also come hang out with us at Patreon because that's what he usually does.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be on Patreon.
We're gonna get on Patreon in a second. And
Dave's batteries might run out, so you might be in luck.
You know what? Some people will love it, some people will hate it, but I will not be able to stick around for Patreon.
Oh. So it's basically a rag on Dave show? Is that
totally.
Oh, yeah.
That's
so if you got anything you want to say about
Have
Dave,
fun.
time to get on Patreon. Time to sign up.
Subscribe to Patreon.
Oh,
We're
it's
gonna
going
give
to
you guys a Zoom link, and we're just gonna.
Are we going to get the punching bag out and everything?
Oh, we might.
We could do that.
Oh, we
the
could totally
pinata.
do
We
it.
got a Dave pinata. We're going to pull it out.
It's all right.
on
We'll have
Patreon.
pictures of Dave, and we have
You have
this.
my footage from the Conan O'Brien show.
Wonderful holiday. St. Patrick's Day.
The gift that keeps on giving right here.
Why do you only have that short clip there? I was on the show for 45 minutes.
I know. Well,
I mean, we just like to show the highlights.
We just put highlights, exactly.
Anyways,
you did a lot of honors.
if you want, man, you know what's funny? We even had a detractor in the chat that was just
Detractor?
of Seeds Here Now, and just got struck down by the chat. Everyone was like, you know what? We've been dealing with them for.
Oh, what they were saying they didn't deliver or something?
Or it was a serial returner supposedly, but
of course it was.
But like, yeah. But like, yeah. So I mean, many people in the chat.
They know what's up. Everyone in
exactly.
They're common.
Yep.
They're commonplace.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right.
That's
so,
right.
seedsherenow.com.
Oh,
if you want, check out all these breeders.
Check 'em out, check 'em out, check 'em out.
Also, shnauctions.com, where if you don't,
that's the shit.
Yeah,
that's all the good stuff's
Rare,
there because it's
hard to find and
been
super fast.
Been vetted.
That's right.
Yeah.
Seedsherenow.com.
I'm very serious. I want to throw it out there.
Uh-oh.
You know what? If you have nothing to do on Monday and you feel like driving to Flushing, picking up a pie.
Who are we talking to here?
Camera on the whole time, talking to the world out there.
Wow. This sounds like dangerous already.
Contact me.
Okay, so you have to have a camera on you. This is like the guy.
Dave's gonna get you shot for.
Isn't it like the guy? Remember the guy who got the bomb
I'll pay for the
connected to his neck?
tolls. I'll pay for the
Remember that one?
pizza.
They strapped a bomb to the guy's neck.
have to keep the
The pizza
camera
delivery
on the
guy. It
whole
was a
time.
pizza delivery
Yep.
guy. Did you remember that one, Dave?
I remember.
Do you remember
Which one?
the pizza
There was a
delivery?
Netflix about it,
The
right?
pizza delivery guy that got the bomb strapped on his neck. Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh, it was real famous. And it was like the guy, basically the guy's just like, oh, I'm going to deliver pizza. And they're like, okay, but they put a thing around his neck. And he's like, what is this? And they're like, you have to go run over to this fucking place and be there in 30 minutes. He did all the things they said. And they were like, and then he ended up and it blew up anyway. So anyway, thanks, Dave. That's what someone is thinking.
Yeah,
when they're
great
thinking of
job,
your
Dave.
pizza.
Thank you. That's the visual we want.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
up a great bit for the show to get us what we need to get us those
Pizzas.
You
You just want pizza.
viral video.
Viral video.
Viral
Oh.
I'm gonna be
video.
popping
Trying
into
to work
more.
on it
I don't
for
know if
the
it can be a
show.
viral video if we planned it this much. It's too much planning.
Oh yeah, dude.
We've overplanned.
Some viral videos, planned
Yeah.
for 6 months, bro.
No way.
Just shoot my dreams. There you go.
Well, that's what we're here for, Dave.
He said,
Yeah.
"Stop it."
You know.
You're supposed to save that for Patreon.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, but we have one last sponsor, of course. Our own
last sponsor,
Our own
ourself.
shop. Ourselves. Sponsoring ourselves.
Pirates of the Cannabis.
From day one, yes. You can get an old-timey classic like that one from our buddy Lena out in Amsterdam.
Or you can get a shit
Ketchup.
that I can't wear anywhere.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I wear it everywhere. It's
I know
great.
you do.
That's so good. And then I go into the place and they're like, it's a very nice, this is a very interesting shirt you have. Like, oh, really? Thanks. Yeah, it's my podcast. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Anyway.
It's the baseball players show.
Yeah, it's that baseball player show. The Adam Dunn
Yep.
show. All about baseball. Actually, I got
TH show.
Alrighty.
All right, but so yeah, that one final performance for Dave, of course, since he's not going to be with us.
Yeah. He really just did it.
You're such a good performer, Dave. How come you don't do this on our shit? We've never seen you play drums or nothing.
I know. I didn't know you played drums. You always see me like playing the drums.
I haven't worn my beard like that in a long time, so this is quite an old shot.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you
comes
forgot
back.
to dye all
It just
of
comes
it,
back year
so-
after year. You know that, Dave. We know. We know you did this a while ago. We're just joshing. We're joshing.
Good job,
bro.
Dave.
Thanks, guys.
Of course. Well, Have fun in the day. When do you leave? When are you coming back? What's the deal?
Monday.
Okay. So, did you ever get to see Al at Katsu? Did you ever ask for him, Alan? Al?
I'll go tomorrow.
All right, ask for him. Yeah. I'll see if he's going to be around.
We interacted on Instagram a little bit.
Okay. Instagram? No, he doesn't have Instagram. You're lying. You're a liar.
He doesn't run the Katsu Instagram site?
I doubt it. He would have contacted me via there at some point. Nah, I doubt it. Just ask him.
All right, I will.
Just say, is Al working? Say, is Al working? If they say yeah, then get your ass over there and get me a shot.
Okay.
Get me a picture of you guys hanging out. He's another New Yorker. Oh, he's from Jersey. He's Jersey. He's the worst. They're the worst type. They're the worst. There you go. Bye, Dave.
Say goodnight, Dave.
Say goodnight.
Fuckers.
Holy shit, the sound.
Shout out to my beautiful wife, Cece, and PDX Amazing. Oh,
Join us on Patreon.
He did his first. Dude, I've been trying to make the kid swim forever. They're flying to Sweden in a month and a half. 6 weeks they're gonna go to Sweden, right? But on the way they're stopping in Iceland, and they're gonna go to the Blue Lagoon, which is like super dope. It's like, and the thing is, you got to be able to fucking swim properly. You can't be like, because this place is huge and it's all steam everywhere and all this shit. So you don't want to be like not fucking like, where's Nick? Oh, he's fucking floating over there somewhere. So we're like brought him in because we've been trying forever. You know how it is when your parent tries to teach a kid, they don't want to learn shit from the parents, so they're just like, no, refuse. He's doing this like this kind of, what are you doing? Like, and Cece's a really good swimmer, right? So that was her therapy back in the day. So she's trying. We tried so many times. We took him to this like real proper, like this place in Colorado Springs, which is a dive center. So they teach people, they have the big deep 15-foot pool there or whatever. And so they're like, they don't fuck around. They're kind of like, oh no, you're going in the pool. You're jumping in the pool. Like if I could, like, you know, and they got him doing everything. So I was just like, oh, this. All right. I mean, they weren't really like rough with him, but they were definitely like, oh no, we're not even. This is the basics, dude. We're gonna go do this, and this, and the basics for him were like terrifying. Like, let go of everything and don't fucking lay on your back and just do this. It's like, dude, Nick, just relax, because he would always do the classic where he'd be like, just sink like a fucking rock, you know. So we went and did that yesterday, and he's got 4 more things, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Basically, you just take him to a place where there's thousands of dollars worth of dive gear that they can dream their dreams. Like we're never gonna get into this. This is a sport you cannot afford right here. Like, you look at the gear, it's like you spend $5,000 just to get out the door, and then you look at the trips they have all set up, and they're like $5,000 or $6,000 to go 10 days diving or whatever, and you're just like, who can afford this shit right here? This is crazy. You gotta have big money. Oh, wait a minute, JLo. She could be diving right now.
Probably Joe Rogan's kids.
Yes, she's going to go diving right now as we speak.
With Joe Rogan's
kids. Joe Rogan's kids.
Because that's how 5-star her experience
She
is
might
right
be
now.
there with Joe Rogan.
Oh, no, there's a good chance. There's a 50-50 chance that she's there with Joe Rogan right now.
Well, what's the over-under on whether Joe Rogan is her girlfriend or not?
What? Oh, Joe Rogan's her girlfriend.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Wow.
I don't think so. All right. Well, thanks, guys. If you're a Patreon listener, you're going to come hang out with us, and we're going to razz on Dave. It's the Razz on Dave show.
Razz on Dave.
Razz on Dave show.
Zoom links.
Oh, look at him pretending like he doesn't care. He's going to cry in a little. He's going to go into a little pub. He's going to go.
You can even ask Adam about weed or something if you want to actually talk about weed.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about weed, too.
Dave's
not here.
Yeah.
All right.
Fetal position for the next 12 hours, Dave. I know.
Say goodnight, Dave.
Well, they don't love me. Why don't they love me?
Good night, guys.
We love you, Dave. Later.
Peace out.
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing.
Me?
Want you to smoke the natural herb.
Sweet.
Some call it marijuana.
Sweet.
Some call it sesame.
Sweet.
Some call it lamb's bread.
The tea.
And some people call it